Yeah, you didn't know I played?
Ladies and gentlemen, boys
No.
and girls, thank you once again for joining us. Oh, hang on. We're reconnecting. I'm still getting dropped frame rates. There we go. Hang on. Reconnected. Hang on. Sorry, we're already running into some droppage rates on the stream here. So actually, while I'm trying to work on some stuff in the background. Flav, do you want to go over this week's special challenges?
Yeah, absolutely. So in addition to our normal scorekeeping, data tracking, we have two challenges. First is broke, winning a game with the lowest net worth on your team. That is worth 2 points. And then second, we have stacks. You get a point for each passive stack at the end of the game, such as Moonshard, Flesh Heap, Stolen Intelligence. So you're rewarded for getting those heroes that scale off of kills, or that consume things like Moonshard or Agatham Scepters.
Occasionally.
That's true. That's true. And they have banned Kettle Ketchup's Tinker, one of his cheese picks. He's been picking in the last couple tournaments to some pretty good success. One of those heroes that even if you're winning the mid matchup, eventually that Tinker will come online and really punish you. So lots of these cheese heroes being stopped. Nature's Prophet. Very annoying to play against.
Warlock is our first pick of the day.
What do you think of this Warlock pick? We've been seeing it have a lot of success in the Turbo tournament so
Warlock
far.
is very difficult to deal with. Like, if you have like a front line that just prevents them from getting to him, it can be very devastating very quickly with the fatal bombs and the slowing and the golems. And even if you kill him, it spawns a golem on his death eventually, so it doesn't really matter if you kill him.
Definitely a stronger laning presence than that hero was years and years ago. And there's the Witch Doctor picked up likely for Wusong.
Well, keep in mind,
they're probably going to hold off.
Used to spawn imps that would explode and do like half your health if you're a melee.
Yeah, and that's such a big component of his damage now, right? So
yeah,
it's hard to imagine playing that hero without that Fatal Bond's imp spawning effect now. Spectre's Anti-Mage has been banned.
Witch Doctor has also been picked for the other team. That's probably Wu, if I had to guess.
Yes, it's Wusong, I would imagine. I'm not remembering Soyeon's hero pool here. We're probably going to see both teams just pull out their supports. We won't reveal too much about the draft so far. Kettle Ketchup does like these circles. Underlord is still in the pool. Disruptor is still in the pool. Fleshrack still in the pool. So lots of these circle-producing heroes likely to be picked. And Clockwork is still notably available for Muy Bueno as an option that does fulfill the circle draft and is one of his stronger heroes.
I'm surprised that they didn't ban any of the Architects picks either, yeah.
He plays the Weaver, correct?
And
in the Ursa?
There's the Ursa.
There's the Ursa.
They don't want to deal with that.
Lots of strong carries still left in the pool, though. We've got Lifestealer, Juggernaut, one of your favorites, of course, Dendy.
I love Juggernaut.
Weaver is still available as well. I wonder if we'll see the Ancient Apparition pick up now from Tasty Tangos. It would be nice if the Woos could steal it somehow, if they have the player to take it up. I don't know if the law plays it, but... Maybe Ancient Apparition doesn't provide enough straight-up crowd control in conjunction with the Witch Doctor.
The thing to keep in mind, if you look at Ancient Apparition Shard Plan, that's a very broken lockdown.
Yeah, it's quite nice for sure. Can hold an entire team in place for a solid couple seconds.
Yeah, and it does the damage as well while they're rooted, so it's like you want like
it's so safe to apply as well from a distance.
You can do it while running too if you time it correctly.
They are taking a little bit of time to think about this. They're probably talking through their draft strategy here. No bans for the next little bit, so both teams going to be revealing a lot. I imagine Let's see, is Jakiro still? No, Jakiro's out of the pool. So they're probably figuring out like an ogre or something simple to play. There's the shaman. Okay, so that's going to be the law most likely, playing shaman on the 4, if I had to guess.
So we got our 2 supports for the Wolves team.
I really like heroes against Warlock who can get past the upheaval, and there's the Ancient Apparition for Unreals.
Juggernaut's a good hero for that. He can just spin fast.
Yeah, Juggernaut's not bad. Lifestealer can rage through it. Okay, so they do get Clockwork as well from Muy Bueno, so smaller circles between AA and Clockwork, but definitely there with the Ice Vortex and the Power Cogs.
Clockwork's also
Ice Vortex, Cold Feet, and Battery Assault plus Power Cogs. Kind of a deadly combo. That would be very strong in lane. Anybody who gets boxed in with Clockwork is probably a free kill.
Keep in mind of the fact that Clockwork also can grant spell immunity to himself when he's in his cogs. He picks that talent.
Yeah, that's
So
pretty strong.
that's gonna
Okay, so
be
this is
very
Medusa. Probably Spectre playing Medusa. Performing pretty well lately. They do have mana burn options on the Clockwork, but there is no anti-mage in the pool. Tasty Tangos have banned it out themselves. And probably no room for a line pick, so some of the traditional counters that deal with the mana are gone. Potentially a Slark is an interesting option here to help deal with Medusa. You can purge off the ulti and hit her, steal her stats and her mana as she goes. The Silencer is also still available, and the steal can be very hard.
The Architect might play Slark if they draft it.
Slark does struggle a little against Night Stalker, I find.
Yeah,
Night Stalker, interesting pick here. He can get around the trees and sort of weave around the upheaval, get into that back line and mini stun Warlock. I do really like this 2 support plus offlane combo from the Woos. There's the Juggernaut. Yeah.
That's going to be played by the Architect.
Juggernaut is a hero that can build Diffusal, so can have a source of the mana burn. Or may just opt for the traditional Maelstrom build. And not a bad hero against Night Stalker, as long as he can get away maybe with Sanjay Nyasha from that initial silence, survive it. He can just turn around with Omni Slash.
Ember's been banned. They don't want to deal with Nox.
Hook shot,
Yeah.
if the timing works out. Tia also just doing very well right now. We could see just Lifestealer though too, or maybe Terrorblade even. Terrorblade, they don't really have a lot of AoE clear for the illusions right now. No, Terrorblade mid is unlikely though. Sorry, I'm still thinking about carries.
They're either going to pick another carry or another tank for Tasty Tangos, I think.
One of these mobile heroes, maybe Void Spirit, who can dodge Omni Slash and who can get away from Clockwork. I feel like Void Spirit is quite good for Nox in this game.
Yeah,
That's what I would want to ask for here. I
Nox
think.
doesn't play Void Spirit. He hates Void Spirit.
No, not at all. Okay.
No, he says that hero's terrible.
Just really want somebody who can get out of the cogs. That's what I'm thinking of.
Or Spirit?
No, Earth Spirit, it'll still get mini stun during his
Oh yeah, true.
his roll animation by Clockwork.
I'm saying if he likes silence.
Perhaps Queen of Pain, she's still available. I think Nox plays her. It seems quite
Yeah,
likely. It'd be a
Nox
very
plays-
strong ban, I think, at this point.
I've seen Nox play Queen of Pain. Yeah, he can play Queen of Pain.
There's an argument for Lena too, just to have the burst to find Juggernaut and kill her. She's really suffered as a hero since the nerfs. But I think that's viable and would probably win lane.
She does a lot of damage right click.
Meanwhile, I think we're looking at a something tanky to help frontline. Like a mid primal would be really nice here for Tasty Tangos.
Yeah, I think so too.
Earth Shaker's not awful either. Somebody who can Fisher block the Medusa when she pops her ulti, and then just re-engage later.
Unless Medusa has like a blink or something, but
I don't think that's a hero that really wants to spend the item slot on the blink, especially against the Chug. She might just fall behind in damage. It's possible though.
Well, I've seen people do it, but they lose their boots for it. They just utilize the blink dagger instead of having boots.
We're starting in 5 seconds, with or without you.
Oscar is still also available in the Bat Rider. I don't know if anybody on Tasty Singles plays Bat Rider. I don't think anyone's been practicing it.
No, I don't think so.
I don't hate it against Dusa though, because she just takes the napalm stacks and can't do a lot about it. Kunkka is in the meta again. He's pretty tanky. He could be their frontliner.
I like
Doesn't really care about the Night Stalker, and they will go with the Quap steal. Okay. Quap is gonna die to Night Stalker unless she has a strong start. So really looking at Kettle of Ketchup to do well. I'd like this pick just to deny it though from the woos. I think Nox is probably hoping to get it himself. What would you pick here to deal with the Juggernaut? What do you hate playing against this Jug, Tendi?
Really? I hate things that can like get on top of me and like silence me, because then it forces me to buy a Manta style. Like heroes that can get on top of me, like example, a Pudge is really good against Jug. A Slaughdar is good against Jug, which ironically they pick Slaughdar. Because Slaughdar bashes through Juggernaut spin.
That's a very tanky team. Night Stalker, Medusa, and Slaughdar. That Tricore is difficult to kill. Together they can probably tank a pretty good chunk of Omni Slash. I do think Slaughdar can struggle mid against Quap, in my experience. But I think Nox has maybe a slight skill advantage in the lane. Will probably do okay.
I think so too.
I am very excited to see this game at the very least. I have a counter argument to make on this Queen of Pain, though. I think this is an aggressive Queen of Pain. Like the silence that you get from the Blink Strike is very aggressive. If Queen of Pain initiates on the Night Stalker's silence, right? Following it up with an Orchid also gives you the option to potentially completely bring him out of the fight for his versatility of spells. Like you chain the silences, you chain the burst damage. Also, keep in mind, once you get that silence talent,
get in slot.
Oh, sorry.
Casting slot.
Once you get that talent, right? You also have the ability to completely disable the Witch Doctor. Like the Witch Doctor's running his ultimate, it forces him to get a BKB. You don't need to know where the Witch Doctor is, and even with a Glimmer Cape, you can blink in, cancel the ult. Same thing with the Shadow Shaman ultimate, or the Shadow Shaman Shackles, and is also you can cancel the Warlock. What is it, the Upheaval or Pitamala, whatever? Which one is that?
Upheaval.
Yeah, the upheaval. I see the argument, but I think blinking in against the Shaman, Witch Doctor, Night Stalker team, you're not going to get all of them most likely with the blink silence. And if you misread it even just a little bit, you're just going to get turned on and die. And Night Stalker hero that builds BKB as well. So if you blink it expecting to silence, he can just pop BKB later in the game. And earlier in the game, you're not even going to have your shard as an option, right? I do see what you're saying. I think Quap's going to die a lot this game against the Night Stalker.
I don't know. I've played a lot of games with Kettle on his Quap, and also for you Kettle of Ketchup fans out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Very, very historically known for unorthodox builds and putting you in a position where you have to question items that you're building. But it looks like they're loading up, so we'll have to find out here on this game. Tyler, thank you for joining us. If any of you watching have any questions, feel free to jump in to our Discord channel. We will be in the Dota 2 chat to answer any questions that you guys might have.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us, Tyler. We'll see you after the game.
Sounds good.
Very exciting matchup. It looks like we're already seeing them smoke up going in for the top rune. Do you think Radiant can invade with their level 1 lineup?
The combo with Clockwork and Ancient Apparition is pretty good, but it is skilled the wrong things. So I don't know if they're going to find the kill they wanted with this. And they have no stun to start with.
Only gets
looks
2
like
on the Fatal Bonds. That is unfortunate.
I think they can just... I think Dire could have re-engaged on this. They're going to concede the rune.
Gets
Looks
thrown
like
out.
Russo
The
will be
blood
caught.
grenade, the spin to win. Nox could also go down here. Muy Bueno is maledicted, so he is going to run out of the fight. Nox is taking a lot of damage. Kettle's getting another pip off. 2 damage going out. So he's going to have to burn a bunch of his regen to try and be able to contest for the mid lane here. Already using the salve very early on.
Unreal's probably going to take that first blood and immediately start building some strong support items in the lane. He does like to go for this Aghanim Scepter Witchblade build. So we might see him just scale into that semi-core.
Nox being super aggressive, but he's already a level behind, so the blink is there on Queen of Pain to get him out of a sticky situation. Does lower his damage capabilities on the Shadow Strike, though.
Yeah, Quap, you really got to keep your distance and mirror the movement against the starter in this lane.
Architect going to possibly get a pip off here. Can he kill him? Chicken is... Oh, the hit from Unreals gets the last hit under tower. Looking like a miserable lane to be in for Dire on the bottom lane.
The level advantage is going to be stacking up really quickly here. Kettle catch up already out of mana in the mid lane and a little bit of trouble against Nox.
Ooh, Spectre's taking a lot of damage in the top lane as well. Like Bucket of Fish hitting that level 2 power spike with Upheaval and Fatal Bonds can really control this lane. Wusong is not even in a position to harass them. Oh, that is a very unfortunate observer ward there. I mean, they're not going to get ganked.
In both lanes.
They're not going to get ganked.
Lanked or ganked.
That's true. Ooh, Nox is looking low
maybe.
here. He has the blink scream. Ooh, just barely out of range for hitting on Nox.
He's going to be chased down here, but blink away. Yeah, Nox with the wand charge is not nearly as susceptible to being killed there as he looked at first.
There is a huge level advantage that we have in the bottom lane over here. They're almost a full level ahead. Law just now hitting level 3, where Unreals has already been sitting at level 3.
Lane is pushed in. Muy Bueno is very happy to be farming this in front of tower, but they will get a pull off. Witch Doctor. Further back in the lane. So things settling in. Relatively even. The biggest loser right now is Juggernaut, who's not quite getting the last hits he was hoping for. Taking a lot of pressure despite Unreal's finding kills.
They have the kill advantage in this lane, though, so...
He did not get the kills, though.
That's true.
It is nighttime, so it's, the lane's only going to get a little harder for the next 3 minutes.
Cool. Wouldn't it get easier for Radiant once nighttime's over?
Well, once nighttime's over, yeah.
Ooh, Kettle also getting dived under tower. Nox hits level 6, does not get the ult off to kind of close it out, or at least see where they're going. Bucket dewarded? What is this?
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Oh my god.
Nox does find the kill with Slaughter ulti against Quap, so already picking up level 7 to her level 5. Get to start roaming around the map with the 4-minute rune, potentially.
Oh no, Night Stalker has got the silence out. He doesn't have the spin to win. He can spin to get out of this, but he's taking a lot of damage here. He's losing him in the trees. Can he get him out? Kettle Ketchup's coming in. He's kiting, he's juking. Soyan is going to go down for that. What a juke right there by the Architect.
Yeah, that was really good read on how Night Stalker was going to move, and then Quap was porting in, also saves the Juggernaut there. So a nice counter rotation. Quap will get 6 from that. We'll go back mid. Does still need to watch herself against Slardar.
I will say the Jug is level 4 to the level 5 Medusa right now, so it is still a pretty close race. The power spikes are getting really close for these heroes, though.
Yeah, it does look like Medusa. I'm just gonna say Medusa. I don't want to confuse viewers. Is pretty gankable in this top lane, not having any mana. She does have a Lotus and Enchanted Mango. So
rotation's going in on Nox, overextended and underrepresented by the Dire team. Gets the rotation, gets the kill. Coming out on Muy Bueno, giving him a huge little chunk of change right there, almost 400 gold.
Nice, fine. Didn't even expend the hookshot there, just the counter teleport against the dive, I believe.
I do feel like Dire has the late game in this match. Ooh, Spectre baiting it out with the double mango, coming back in, getting bonked, taking a bunch of damage, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Muy Bueno's probably going to go down for this as well, but they might get Wusong as well. Pulse is going to go as 1 pulse left. Goodbye, Muy Bueno. Have a good life.
Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Nox does find a kill on Ancient Apparition, diving into tier 1 bottom. So some solo XP for him. He's level 9 now, leading the pack by a significant margin.
I mean, it is 7-3 though, but it's only less than a 1k gold lead right now. Kettle's gonna get.
Despite having 7 kills, the Radiant are not last hitting very well. Now all 3 cores of Dire are ahead on last hits. And these are not heroes that farm really well. Quap and Clock have a kind of painful time jungling, so they're gonna have to keep hunting kills. But they really need to take advantage of the lane farm while it's safe to grab. Juggernaut just struggling so much though. Needs to get to that Maelstrom really quickly.
Juggernaut has retreated into the jungle. He has retreated into the jungle right now. He has hit his level 6 power spike, so he could potentially go into a fight and clean up. For all of our players that are watching right now, if you're into the same matchup with this safe lane where you're kind of really behind, what does a Juggernaut need to do in this situation to set them up for success for the rest of the game?
Sorry, were you asking viewers or asking me?
I was asking you.
Okay,
Sorry.
I was a little confused. So Juggernaut just needs to find this first farming item, and use his Omni Slashes to find core kills, right? So finding a kill on the Slardar when he dives, I think this is a little optimistic. But you should only come in with Omni Slash. Yeah, come with Omni Slash at the tail end of fights where you can get the kill and then get out. And then use that Maelstrom to just do a farming pattern back along the water and then back to the safe lane until you can take these ancient camps safely.
I don't
think you would have stacked too much for a Maelstrom Jug.
Wusong could also get picked off here, but Nox is circling in, going in on reels. He's frozen, but he's getting into tower range. Queen of Pain throwing him into the tower. One stacks are going out. Maledict is out on him, and the Orchid. Nox has an Orchid, it looks like, already completed. And a double damage. You are not getting away from that as a Queen of Pain.
Yeah, meanwhile, they're looking, all this Medusa is just farming happily in top lane. Even steals the Wisdom Rune, so that's not great. 4k net worth lead now for the Dire. That early last hit advantage turning into a net worth advantage, turning into kills. Now it's 9-9. And tier 1 being threatened. Nox staying down here, looking for the push with Shaman dropping wards.
So they just need to try and pull them away from this bottom lane, because I feel like if this tower goes down, it really limits the safe farm that this Juggernaut can take.
Definitely, but you're just not in a position to defend it. I think without Quap ulti. You do have Warlock ulti, but it's just not enough. Slardar is too far ahead. I don't think you have anything that could burst him down.
So now you're in the position where your pause 2 and pause 1 need farm, while their pause 1 is free farming and ahead, I might add, and the pause 2 is already ganking and getting kills. Like, how do you divide this up to give your players, or give your position 2 the ability to retake the game and create space when they need farm themselves?
Yeah, it's hard. You're definitely in recovery mode here. You need to pick a part of the map that you want to protect. Either it's going to be your own triangle into the enemy jungle, or potentially this bottom half of the map, this very bottom border near your tier 2, which can be invaded. You want to keep those camps open for your Juggernaut as long as possible. They are holding on to the tier 1 for a little bit, it looks like, since Nox has gone away. So they could defend this now, potentially.
I will say Dire has not been aggressive with the push on the bottom lane. I think they're also trying to they've been soaking up a lot of kills in this lane, so they don't want to take the tower and scare the team away. That is a huge man on the Fatal Bonds right here, going in on the Law. Law gets ulted, Wusong gets thrown out, but the ult is running. AA ultimate coming through, just barely misses him. Soyeon's taking a lot of damage over here, but Kettle could potentially go down. He gets frozen. Can they pip it? No! Nox is going to clean it out from the back line. Can they get the Law pick off? Architect with the ult takes it out. Wusong. Oh, they blinked it! But he doesn't have the spin to win. But the Jug does pick up 2 kills right there, which puts him up almost 1k. But I don't think it was worth losing 5.
This is level 19 Slardar now. I think Jug had sort of the right idea. Team got separated. Slardar was kind of 1v2 over under the tower. Found the Quap. That early Orchid pickup on Slardar has really made Quap's game miserable. She needs to go Yules to survive it, but if she goes Yules, she doesn't have a good HP pool. She doesn't have damage. She just feels pretty helpless in this game.
Do you think it was better for them to max the Scream of Pain or Dagger in this fight?
You definitely need to max Scream of Pain with Masochists. The whole build is maxing Blink and Scream of Pain and using it to farm. I hasn't been super efficient with dragging the camps together with the Scream of Pain, so she's having some slight mana issues and farming not as quickly as she could be. But that is the Masochist Quap build. With the Dagon Rush, she is opting for the Ags instead, so going for a bit more utility is given up on bursting these supports, which makes sense. It's difficult to burst Shaman with the Foul Play and the Witch Doctor with the Shard that lets him dodge things and Glimmer Keep.
Switcheroo is pretty good. They could get the pickup on the Here of the Law. He does have a lot of burst damage already on him, but Soyon and Nox are punishing this overextension. Switcher or the ultimate goes out, Clockwork goes down. Juggernaut is not in a position where he can come in here and clean this up.
No, not at all. He just needs to play the delay game, and unfortunately, you're gonna have to accept at this point that you're getting to hyper late game Dusa, and hope that you can do the right build. I think you do have to go Diffusal Blink. I don't know about this Axe that a lot of people favor. He's just so far away from it. It's really up to the high ground defense from AA and Clockwork and the Warlock. With a strong team fight, like Fatal Bonds on this tanky Tricore, the damage could stack up quicker than they're ready for. And that's likely to happen in the high ground fight. But in the meantime, you just have to find these scrap edges of the map, kind of give up your tier 2s. Unfortunately, you're too late to defend your triangle now. So yeah, you'll see Juggernaut farming around where he is now. He'll probably go through gate, possibly farm the Dire's top jungle here, because he just can't go anywhere else.
Is it safe almost to, like, while you're giving up these tier 2s and your pause 3 and lowers are kind of just distracting, is it safe for the Queen of Pain to try and farm the enemy jungle? Oh, unfortunate. Ulti into the Manta style.
She doesn't have the items, though, to do it, unfortunately. I mean, she can get picked off solo by 2 or 3 different heroes right now. Yeah, I think they should have let this tier 2 go and just fought high ground. Now this advantage may be insurmountable. Everyone's going to be finishing their BKBs off the back of that. Nox will have it shortly. Dusa is building her butterfly off of those kills. And the XP difference is pretty insurmountable at this point, too.
That is unfortunate.
Yeah, you don't want to die there as Juggernaut, for sure. Should just keep farming. It's painful to leave your team to die in those situations, but it's what you have to do at this point.
Also, for those of you watching, that in this situation where you're losing the game, do not ping your carry and complain about them not being in team fights. Like, they are not ready to get involved in this because they're just going to feed more.
Yeah, Jug didn't help or change the outcome of that fight at all by showing up. He just prevented his ability to carry later in the game. A nice little find, though, here by Muy Bueno. And the Orchid not very impressive looking.
Yule's going out on the Night Stalker to give space for Bucket, saving Band of Brothers over here. Soyon and Law are lined up for a hell of a scream. Can he get it out? Ults are going out. There's a lot of burst damage, but not a whole lot of cleaning up. They do lose the Clockwork for that engagement.
Architect is kiting Nox, losing him in the trees once again. Very nice plays. It's the second time he's bamboozled Slardar.
The Duke of Juke.
We do have a Nullifier now up on Slardar. So even if Quap finishes this Yules, which she just has, just as she gets it, she loses its effectiveness. It will remove the silence or Orchid, but then Slardar will be able to chain stun her most likely and still find the kill.
She can blink dodge the projectile. Am I correct on that? Like, nullifiers can be disjointed by blinking out of it as you see the projectile coming to it?
Yeah, it can happen. It's pretty unlikely, though, because she's probably going to wait to use your Yules until she's Orchided. And when she's Yules, the Nullifier is impossible to dodge. You can just hit her portrait with it on the top of the screen, and then it'll purge her of the tornado.
Ultimate going out on the Night Stalker does get the vision out on Muy Bueno. He is silenced and then reeled back in. Stomp going out. Unfortunate.
Yeah, I think at any point
is trying to get his scraps.
Any point Nullifier is being used on Quap, Nox will already have silenced her, so she won't be able to blink away to dodge it.
So it's damned if you do, damned if you don't sort of thing.
Yeah, it's a really rough situation for her. She's incredibly far behind at this point. She has to get a BKB to have any chance of surviving fights. But then, yeah, she just does no damage. She doesn't really have any... Like, the thing that Quap wants to do, she can't do this game.
I feel like if they do get a BKB, it could be relevant. If they get with a pick-off on, like, the Queen of Pain or the Night Stalker here, it'll give them a big burst of gold that'll help them secure that. But, like, they're already giving up tier 3s at this point. Nullifier goes out, does find on the AA though, so Nullifier is, what, a 14-second cooldown? They could potentially kill him. They're throwing him back in. He does have Aegis. They can potentially close this out. Ult comes out. Night Stalker's going in. Muy Bueno's going down. Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, Juggernaut's
even if they
coming in
get
from the
Nox
backline,
there.
might be able to get Lusong and be able to run out of there. He does have the move speed, does get pulled back in. One taps, takes down the Lusong there, but at the sacrifice of not being able to defend. But I mean, at that point, like, what can a Juggernaut do? They're setting up to go for tier 4s almost at this point at 15 minutes in, and you have a net worth of like 14k.
I mean, look at the armor on this team. 34 armor on Medusa, 43 armor on Slardar, and then 23 armor on the Night Stalker. These are some tanky heroes. Your Omnislash does not do anything. And even in the back, trying to get the Witch Doctor, he just Glimmer Capes away. So, yeah, this looks like this is going to be a quick one. Should be GG here shortly. Maybe one more hurrah with the Warlock ulti. Did see some glimmers of hope there with the Clockwork finding some nice hook shots.
Oh,
and they are going to kill Slardar here.
Slardar has Aegis, though.
He has an Aegis.
Bucket of Fish has the ult, goes out a little soon. Log could potentially go down here. Bucket of Fish doing a lot with his items. He does have the Force Staff to be able to get out of this. Night Stalker's ult is going out. Kettle of Ketchup can potentially turn this around. Scream goes out just a bit shallow. Can he close this out? Goes into the trees. Nullifier's going out, trying to force the Yule Scepter to break the silence here, but once again, the Clockwork does not survive enough of the damage for the team to be able to capitalize on it.
We do have pretty high levels now on the Jug. He's at level 23. Maybe he'll have just enough damage once he has the Omnislash talent, or the Lifesteal will help him survive Slardar. I would probably go Omnislash talent in this game, but maybe that's what he needs to find the kill. At this point, getting a kill against Medusa or Slardar would be such a huge injection of gold. It might provide a glimmer of hope. Even with 2 racks down, you know, and 45k net worth down, it's not quite GG. They still have their tier 4s. And that little last fight looks pretty good. When they have the connection from Clockwork and the follow-up from Ancient Apparition, this Slardar can die. Can bleed. Tormentor, another 3k net worth practically going the way of the Dire. Almost up to 50k net worth difference. This would be quite the comeback if Radiant managed to achieve it.
I mean, we've seen it, though. We've seen this happen in, like, longer games, like, where you can defend high ground and just wait for the enemy team to make mistakes. Like, I had it happen today. We were drastically losing, like, very similar to this. I believe we were 12-40 against us, and they were trying to go high ground, but it ended up going to, like, 52 minutes on the game. But we just held high ground and waited for them to overextend, and then once we had team wiped and exhausted their buybacks, we just marched it down mid. Like, it is something that can happen.
Quapple T is expelled, does not hit the Slardar, but it does clear the wave. Some interesting thing to know, all the supports in this game are basically rushing Aghanim Scepter. So we have Ags on Witch Doctor, Shaman. Warlock is building it.
Unfortunate bounce for Soyan.
That was just for Slash. So it was just the Ags, it wasn't the full ulti. They are going to drop wards here with Shaman, though.
I think they're saving wards for tier 3s.
He's just gonna die.
Amazing
actually.
ult by Unreal. The
bad.
ult comes out from the Juggernaut. Wusong can go down here too. Medusa's taking a lot of damage. He has the spin. Wusong has going in. Magic damage doesn't save you here from a Juggernaut, but Swift Slash, can he get it? No, so close for the Juggernaut.
Clockwork does have buyback. He could rejoin the fight. Unfortunate that Warlock did not get ulti off there. Must have been died in the backline by the Night Stalker. And Quap will die to the Night Stalker here.
I feel like
Beyond
that was
Guidable.
overextension.
They did kill Slardar. They killed Slardar. They stopped Shaman from dropping wards. It should have been potentially a win.
Gets the kill
We'll
on
find
the
Night
core
Stalker on the
there.
back end. Now
Blast goes out. Here comes Kettle. The Medusa is low mana here. They could potentially get a kill, but the Glimmer Cape comes out from Wusong. Oh, he goes for the ethereal form, which is not what you want to do against Queen of Pain. Does sacrifice himself to save the Medusa, though, so tips to you, Wusong. That's what we love about you supports.
I think the problem here is the circles were not big enough on the parts of like Clockwork A and Juggernaut. It's a very underwhelming circle draft. And I think Bucket of Fish could do better.
I disagree. I think, in the words of Kettle and Bucket, I believe they'll say this if we ask them. They lost this game because they did not have enough tangos.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, I think more tangos could have saved Kettle catch up in the mid lane. He was a little low a lot of the time, and having that regen at starter would have been helpful. Also, maybe Kettle Ketchup's struggling to hit this Sonic Wave because it's not actually a circle. It's more of like a cone shape.
That is true.
So I'm wondering if we could email Valve about changing the shape of that ability so Kettle could actually maybe hit an ultimate.
Either that, or we could maybe, what is it called? Is it shape dyslexia? Is there an actual term for that? Maybe something therapy we could do for him?
Yeah, potentially. Like exposure therapy to squares, even?
Exactly.
So, to do that, he could hang out with you.
Exactly.
Sorry, that was me. Clockwork does hunt for the steal here, just barely misses it.
Nope.
Oh, he did snatch the Aegis.
What a Chad! That's why we love him. Does deny this really strong high ground push from them. They do have the Juggernaut. They have the Juggernaut ultimates up.
That does give Juggernaut a bit of a chance to actually kill somebody. No buyback though, so it's a 4v5 situation on this final defense.
Up in 7 seconds. Kettle Ketchup caught out immediately. Golems go down. Can they get him out? He's so close to being able to blink, but everyone's got BKBs. Golems go down so quick in that fight.
Yeah, Jug just silenced in the midst of Night Stalker. Quap also not able to get away, and their GG is called. A rather quick one, an impressive performance from Nox, of course, but a nice hold and some cheeky plays from the Clockwork. Muy Bueno not ever losing part, even in this tough game.
Who do we think earned the MVP in that one?
I mean, it's got to be Nox. 15-2 on the Slardar, solo killing people over the map.
Absolutely, I agree. I'm trying to get the chat to load, but I cannot see it in OBS over here. But definitely, let's go ahead and get Nox up here and just hear some of the struggles, pun intended, that they received in that game. So let me grab him.
Yeah, of course.
Nox, what a game! What a game!
Oh.
Nice performance on the mid lane. Quap versus Starter, a matchup that, in my opinion, can go either way, but it looks like you had the upper edge. Found those early solo kills and snowballed from there. What was the whole idea of your draft?
I mostly drafted around my Dusa and my Night Stalker with a bunch of physical damage. I'm like, what could amp up their physical damage? And I was like, I picked Starter.
Was there like an acknowledgement? This Tricore you have is super tanky, right? Slardar, Dusa, Night Stalker. Did you feel really emboldened to dive? Were you planning on building more Rs as a team? What was sort of the game plan after the laning phases went so well?
We would just like group up and force a bunch of fights since I'm Slardar and we can just like run at them. And they have like -20 armor and they die in like 3 hits.
Do you think there's a weakness in their draft that maybe another hero might have plugged?
Looking at their draft, not really. And with the bans, it was kind of hard for them to like get certain heroes. I think they lack some sort of initiation without Clockwork. Because if he misses hookshot, then they're kind of like screwed.
Yeah, they don't really have an HP pool after he jumps in, right?
Yeah.
So once the Night Stalker's on top, not much you can do. What are you planning on?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Are you planning on? Go ahead, Calyx. Go ahead.
So I think there's a slight delay in our back and forth here. But what I was going to say, were you worried in that last moment when Muy Bueno snatched the Aegis that you guys weren't going to be able to close out on high ground?
Not really, because he just died without any buybacks, and then we just like, okay, go 4v5. He's 100 seconds down on their pos 4 or pos 3.
We were discussing this during the game. Obviously, the Juggernaut's not on your team, but when you're in that situation with everybody kind of losing their lanes, your mid's really behind, where even can you farm? Like, where is it safe to go? Is there anything Juggernaut could have done to carry that game, do you think?
Don't want to comment on Jug's game since I wasn't paying attention that much, but I'm pretty sure I called out like just AFK bot, and we like AFK bot for like 3 minutes, and then until he didn't have a game.
Just
I guess
denied that safe lane from him?
Yeah. I think the only way like he could have recovered is maybe he goes like another lane.
Okay, well, excellent performance, pretty dominating victory. Congrats on the win. Looking forward to seeing you play on your next games.
Thanks, dude.
Good luck.
Now,
Ty,
who won?
what a match.
Who
Yeah,
won
that
the
was
bonus objectives
pretty
in that
hectic.
match?
Oh, forgive me. What was the bonus objectives again?
So there was the winning with the lowest net worth. I guess that would be the law would win that one.
Correct, with the Shadow
And
Shaman.
then yes, and then having stacks of some sorts on you at the end of the game.
So let's see. The only things that we have are Aghanim's Blessings and Aghanim's Shards are the only stack items that we see on this. And I don't know if those are going to be included on the point system. I will have to check with the staff and see if those will be included.
Well,
So,
all right, congrats to the law for winning that bonus 2 points on the shaman. A classic hero, of course, for potentially winning that one. Can do a
Awesome.
lot with very little gold.
thank you once
Does drop the
again.
words.
Shout out to the Synergy Gang for making it into the spotlight tonight. We love you guys. Dicelo, if you're watching, we love having some of you guys here competing tonight. Thanks for representing. So let me see here.
How are other matches doing, Galix?
Let's take a look. I'm going to look at the scoreboard now. It looks like a lot of people are hanging out in the main menu. So we have A Carrot taking down Piggy relatively quickly, it looks like, because they just wrapped up. But we do have, it looks like BKB Hater is still playing right now. It looks like, if I'm looking on the screen right now, it looks like their game is paused. So let's go ahead and take a look on that game, see what's going on. I want to take a moment to thank our sponsors as well for tonight's evening. Wusong Gaming as well as Green Step Logistics. They're extending their offer, 10% off an order. If you reach out and use the code DTX, they can get you 10% off your first order. Looks like we have Forbidden Carrot on Drow, and he is pretty beefy right now, I gotta say. But so is the Monkey King.
25 and 2 Monkey King. That is
4K health. Monkey King is pretty terrifying.
Well, let's put it this way. It's almost a 30-minute game against the Monkey King with that much net worth, right? Like, what kind of a defense have we been missing on this matchup over here? Uh-oh, Savage is overextended, does get the blink out to get out of the position. June is looking for the stun, just barely misses it. Silences are going out early here over as well. Does immediately get rid of. Yeah. Did they use their ult? Did Death Prophet use their ult? They did not,
which
so they
is
do
good,
have it up.
They lost it.
Tiger Eyes taking all this damage, trying to go for towers. BKB Hater going in, drops the Rubik, just a little shallow on the save from Nonchalant Guy. Looks like they're going to take mid-racks and just completely end this.
Yeah, it looks like we're witnessing the end of this one around 29-minute mark. Drow is going to find the Ogre here, though. 4v3 situation. Ancient is dying to Exorcism.
Triple stun going out over here. That is crazy. Zimbabwe taking a lot of damage over here. Does get the ethereal form off. There is no ethereal piercing items in the game anymore. Valve, please bring it back. Please bring it back.
Yeah, good old nullifier. Aaron is the only one that it doesn't help against Myrtha.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is, though, is we need some type of piercing for ethereal form, so to prevent that type of runaway interaction. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's take a look. What a crazy match we just watched the tail end of. A lot of these, like, heavily leading games. So let me take a look and see at the standings right now. Round 2 is up. In the top bracket, we have BKB Hater versus Nox, and A Carrot versus Dota 2 Enjoyer, and Kettle of Ketchup versus Piggy. You know, we gotta watch the BKB versus Nox. I feel like that is...
I think so, yeah. This seems like a very strong... this tournament, we have some of our highest overall skill yet, but that's going to be definitely the show match.
I think our average MMR normally in games comes out to about what 8K, I think, on the teams without the captains. And then once we have the captains in, it's usually adds another 4 to 5, sometimes 6K onto the brackets. With these teams drafted tonight, the average team was upwards of like 10. Like 10K MMR spread across 4 players plus the captains, which are 5K and above. So like really strong teams tonight, really strong show out.
Definitely.
I'm still rooting for the underdogs over here. I gotta root for the bucket and kettle team. You know, just.
I have to say, I am looking forward to watching A-Carrot's team play. They're not really the underdogs, but this is a classic team. Mad A-Carrot, Grim Reaper, one of their strongest supports, plays a lot of Magnus, and now the rising star Arta de la Puerta, who we've seen crush it on Weaver. This is a really strong stack. It's gonna be super fun to watch. So I'm kind of rooting for the equivalent of the New England Patriots a bit, but I am excited to see them play. I'm sure we'll get a chance later.
We're gonna see probably just a war zone in the mid lane with Nox and BKB Hater. For those of you watching, BKB Hater's name is Alan in the Dota 2 client. So don't get confused when we keep saying BKB and you're just not seeing his name. So
why did he change his name? I'm a little confused.
Artie de la Puerta says they are from Boston, so you did hit the mark on that comment.
Excellent.
That explains a lot. That explains so much.
Yeah, it does actually.
If you're watching the chat right now and you haven't, please take the time to hit the like and subscribe. It really helps us out on the channel. We're hoping to have some short videos coming up here at the end of the month with a couple of tips and tricks, just little things to help improve your gameplay that'll be coming out as short videos, as well as it helps out the channel. It helps us do a lot of things here. So if you can take the time to do that right now, that would be awesome. Oh, hang on. I believe we have also hit a milestone on the channel right now with subscribers. Give me 1 second. I need to double check. We are 1 subscriber away from 69. So if you, as a special promotion, if you are 69th subscriber to the channel, I will buy you a month of Dota Plus. So if you subscribe to the channel right now and and message me directly, I will confirm it. But I will get you a month of Dota Plus as a milestone for the channel. And now we wait because we're on a minute delay, so they won't see this for probably another 30 seconds. So now we watch closely for the subscriber count.
We here at DTX, you give a little, we give a little, everybody wins, and that's what we're all about here. Setting up this community, getting to that 69 subscribers, and everybody walks away happy and satisfied with what happens. The Woos versus Devs United. So we've seen both these teams have just won their games, and one of them is going to have to lose this one. Who would you bet on, Galix?
So
BKB Hater, Juggernaut. Nox's team looks super strong.
I think we can't measure it off the captains on this one. We really have to look at the cores on this team. We have Spectre, we have Wusong lining up against, 2+ and Tiger Eyes as well. And also we have a newcomer, Zimbabwe champion, also coming in here. We've played a couple of games with them, and we've seen the type of stuff that they can do in a game. So it is really close. It is really close. But I do have to side with BKB Hater on this match.
I'm going to side with Nox. I'm going to take the other bet. I feel like Nox's team has that strong tricore. We saw it work really well in the last game. And I think maybe Devs United a little more susceptible to lose all their other lanes besides mid. I will leave the draft to you and Dundee. Looking forward to casting this one.
Do you see the draft on the side there, guys?
I do.
Yeah.
That seems brand new to me. I don't know why it's showing that.
I'm a bit confused by that too.
That is interesting. Well, I guess we'll figure it out. Thanks, Val. We'll read the patch notes. Ty, wait, this is only showing 3 bands. What the hell did they do?
Yeah, I don't know either. Something doesn't seem right here.
Yeah, they have to remake the lobby. So,
Oh, they did. Is it random draft?
yeah, I think so.
What game mode is this? What is
It
happening?
looks, it looks like.
Okay, they disconnected. They disconnected.
Yeah. Minus points. Minus points for Hufflepuff for making the lobby wrong.
That was pretty silly.
I was a bit confused. I was like, what? Why is there only 3 bands?
I guess. The Silly Goose Club. Oh, it was Nox. Oh man, Nox, you need to not drink so many energy drinks before this event. Your ADHD goes into overdrive.
I'm changing my vote to BKB hater now. Yeah.
Chat, who do you think is going to get this after we found out that it was a single draft now? Who do you think is gonna get this one? Actually, I'll make a poll. Start a poll. Oh man. Well, let me check on the channel to see if we've hit our 69th subscriber. We have hit 69 subscribers. So if you are the person that just subscribed, please message me directly, whether on Discord, Steam, or on the YouTube channel, and we'll make the arrangements for you. Thank you very much for being a part of this amazing milestone for us here at the DTX YouTube staff.
Since we have a bit of a delay here, administering the lobby. There we go.
All right, it looks like they're starting. Well, thank you once again, Flam, for joining us, and we'll see you after the draft.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully, it's actually, it looks like they've had it queued up for ability draft this time, so, you know, that's fine. I wouldn't mind commenting on an ability draft game one time.
I don't understand.
Oh my goodness.
I feel like Nox is in charge of this again.
Oh my goodness.
Wouldn't it be funny if we had to remake the second time because he made the ability draft?
I feel at that point we just issue a game loss and move on. Like, I don't think we have the time to sit here for that. We're already down, what, five minutes because of the pick, and there is a 10-minute penalty, so...
This looks more accurate.
Coming out of the gate, Tyler, what do you think? What do you think on this? Is this just going to be a ban of the mids?
Yeah. I think they're going to ban out Spectre. They're going to ban out Witch Doctor for Wu. They're going to ban, because the guy has Spectre in his name, so you know he plays Spectre.
Does he, though? Or is that that's a false positive? Like me, I've never played a game as Pugna in my life. And, he's my...
I've seen the guy play Spectre.
I'm making a joke there, Tyler. I'm saying that I've never played a game as Pugna in my life. I have Pugna apparel. I have both my profile pictures are Pugna, and my entire profile is dedicated to Pugna. Never played him.
Clearly not. The rank 30 is just a fluke.
Yeah, Valve, if you're watching this, can you please alter my profile back to level 1?
So we've got Puff Band, we've got OD Band, we've got Huskar Band, and we've got Undying currently banned. We have Monkey King banned. have Shadow Beam banned, we have Quap
Yeah,
banned,
it's
so there's a lot
literally
of
just
bans.
all mid bands, all mid bands. They're not even taking their time on this one. I think we even need to look at the other lanes in this game.
Maybe, maybe not. It's gonna be a
Uh,
battle of powerhouses in the middle.
yeah, but like all the really, really crazy strong mids are gone. Like we're gonna see some really fringe, awkward mid plays here, like Timbersaw mid or something like that.
I mean, we just watched Slaughter mid against Quap, and that went like quite tragic. Do we get Hero as first pick?
Jakiro mid could potentially be a stealth pick here. Disruptor, also a solid pick here. So now that all the big mids are out of play, they're probably just going to draft their team to counter the remaining mids, or do you think they're going to try and build the team around a specific mid in mind to try and dodge the bans here?
I think they're probably gonna play around like a mid, like whatever character they're playing, they're gonna try and like band around that, I feel.
Well, then they could just ban the hero.
Yeah.
Versus what I'm asking is, do you think that they're going to draft to go for what they want for a mid hero, or are they going to draft to counter the remaining potential mid heroes so that way they don't have to kind of tiptoe around it?
I think they're probably gonna try and counter the remaining heroes that they haven't gotten.
Okay. So what are the other potential mid heroes that could line up in this matchup? Or that could be decent, at least in this patch?
Well, the thing is, Juggernaut's really good versus Disruptor. If they pick Jug.
I mean, we've also seen Enchantress come up in these games. Like, you can really secure last hits with Enchantress.
Yeah, Enchantress is disgusting.
I mean, we've also seen Kunkka, too. Kunkka is starting to come back up in the patch.
I miss old Kunkka so much.
So what changed on Kunkka that basically, like, I haven't seen him in mid and it feels like months. What changed on him?
They made him do more damage, but they took away Torrent Storm. Torrent Storm does no longer exist.
Well, I mean, that's been gone for a while.
Yeah, I know, but it's still sad to see.
Getting the Witch Doctor for Wusong out here, too. Getting that pick in early. They have really good crowd control on these picks here.
Yeah, they got a stun, they got a Maledict, they got a Witch Doctor alt, they got a Disruptor wall to hold them all in place with a silence.
Like, from the 4 and 5 position, the 4 and 5 position feels really good in team fights for Dire already.
Yeah, I think Wu's team's got a lot of good support so far. Faceless Void's been bad, Lich has also been bad.
I mean, you could always go with the mid PA into just dominating the game. I feel like maybe with this MMR bracket on the lineups here, like, you could get away with that. A Wraith King pick.
Wraith King does have a strong win rate in like every MMR bracket possible.
Well, his Ags is also insane in team fights. Like, even if you're losing a game, right? Once you get Ags on Wraith King, it's not just a power spike for yourself, but it's a power spike for the team.
Yeah, you can flip the match pretty quick with that.
Like, Wraith King in games is like, it's so hard because if the game goes long enough, like, your high ground is just damn near impossible.
Yep.
Very excited to see how this is going to turn out. Spectre is still in the pool, though. That is surprising.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised. That was like their third ban last game.
Nature's Prophet. That could probably be their mid. Giving them the versatility, you can build the orchids, you have the lockdown, you could very easily pick off these supports. You have the global ult for farming.
That could be 2+ though, because he's been playing a lot of Nature's Prophet lately.
That could be. It could be. But I still feel like if like one of these teams grabs a Spectre, like there's a lot of like a Spectre pick here shuts down the Nature's Prophet, can very easily backline the Jakiro. You know, if they have vision in the jungle, right? They can find the Wraith King trying to farm and knock out his res before a fight and just prevent them from engaging. Oh, Timbersaw. Timbersaw's a good pick here. Well, it also takes that out of the Timbersaw mid that we've seen BKB Hater do.
Yeah. So we've got 2 supports, 1 support. We've got 2 potential carries for Devs United.
Using all of their time now at this point, burning through a lot of the early pick. A Slark. The Slark feels almost a little squishy here, like for a carry position.
I mean, Slark could go with like the Disruptor, and they could probably do a lot in the
That's
lane.
true.
Like, if they're just walls, Slark just pounces, and they can start beating up somebody.
Maybe they're trying to just get the early game down pat before like the Wraith King and Nature's Prophet just overtakes the game.
Yeah, so I feel like, okay,
Bloodseeker, also a really beefy pick here. Like, very, like, look at it, the middle 3 for Radiant is just a really, really tough line to chew through.
Bloodseeker with, like, the Radiant's Ags is just very, very annoying to get through.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Thirst, right, that gives vision, does that shut down Barracuda?
You mean, like, does it, like, stop the regen from going through?
Yeah, because they have vision on him.
Yeah, it does.
Ooh. I thought that worked that way, but that is very
because
painful.
If Slark's in vision, he doesn't regen. He has to be out of line of sight where people can't see you. That's why Slark, like in the laning phase, if you've played Slark, he doesn't really rely on regen that much. He just relies on line of sighting you and then coming back to full health within a couple seconds.
Viper ban also coming out here. Feels like a kind of a later ban, you know. I feel like that's something you want to pick up early against the Timbersaw and Slark. Like, if you're picking Timbersaw and Slark, I feel like the Viper ban should have been in place of Faceless Void.
Yeah.
Lena ban.
As well.
Yeah. Which I can see, like, the burst damage and the ability to just get out of most of the fights is pretty good. Anti-Mage ban here as well stops those high-intelligence heroes and the burst damage that comes out. Pango ban also coming out here. Final pick is Zeus. So a lot of spell disruption, a lot of vision.
Slark actually counters Anti-Mage, believe it or not.
How so?
Because if Slark gets a hold of Anti-Mage with Pounce, he cannot blink. They changed that in
that's
the last
true.
few patches. He's latched. He cannot jump.
What about
So
Manta
Slark
Style?
can
Manta Style can that purge leash?
I think you can Manta Style out of it, yes, but keep in mind if Slark has an Ags, he's not going to care about your Manta Style, he's just going to jump you again.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
And he can jump half the map, so if you think that you're going to outrun a Slark as Anti-Mage, he's probably most likely just going to run you down.
Very interesting draft. We'll have to see how it plays out over here. Well, thank you very much for joining us, Tyler, and we'll see you after the game.
Sounds good.
What a draft there, Flam.
Yeah, we see some really fun pickups here that are fun to watch. The Slark, the Timber. Jakiro, I think nothing to sneeze at in this game. And the Bloodseeker, of course, a huge counter, both to Slark and Timber as well. I'm still leaning towards Nox. How about you?
I am also leaning towards still on the BKB hater. Like, I know it's like not as preferred over here, but I have seen what BKB can do with even the slightest little bit of a lead. And I know Nox can take a runaway game from snowballing, but I don't think he's as quick as snowballing as BKB hater is. Like, also, we have the king of runaway games in snowballing is A-Carrot, by all means, in these matchups. But I feel like with the battle of the mids that's going to come down over here, I feel like BKB Hater is just going to maximize the value, and with the map awareness and kill potential from the Zeus ultimate, could very well shut this down and give them the lead that they need.
Yeah, I see the argument. I think you need a team around you to deal with the likes of Slark and Timbersaw. I feel like Devs United is just not going to be able to win their lanes against Slark, against Timber. I think it's going to be too much pressure on Nox. They might have a strong start as usual, but they're going to falter at some point. Against the Timbersaw, they're going to get picked off. The momentum's going to shift. I just really see in early game good starts fizzling out. And in the late game, I think Slark will beat Bloodseeker. Even though that's a bit of a counter. And of course, Nox on Ember Spirit too. You can't discount this combination. Nox, one of the better Ember Spirits probably in the world.
Yes, I would very much agree with that. I remember when we were reading patch notes and he saw that, Remnant was back down to a 0-point cast range. And he was like, Let's go!
I've also been enjoying that change. It's just, it feels so good to play the hero now.
Absolutely. Like, having to have that cast point removed is, you notice it almost immediately. Yeah. The power of that.
Yeah, and you just don't really care about the nerf to the chains only hitting 2 things instead of 3. It just didn't matter that much usually.
If you were hitting 3-man chains, like it was also you were a god gamer. I think it makes it you're less likely to hit the Exodia on diving into a creep wave. So like changing it from 3 to 2 just to lower the odds of hitting the actual hero target while jumping into a creep wave was necessary. So it doesn't you can't be as greedy on him, but like you can be more greedy because of the fire remnants now. So it's kind of like it's more of a balance act with the hero.
Yeah, definitely.
BKB Hater alone and low ground gonna walk up into Nox. He is really slow at this level. He's got, 285, 300 move speed?
Yeah, not the fastest hero in the game until he's got to his thirst up.
Looks like we have Witch Doctor and Slark in the top lane with Nature's Prophet Jakiro. BKB Hater going for the safe lane, throwing Zimbabwe champ in mid against one of the best Ember Spirits.
Yeah, I think this matchup's really bad for Bloodseeker, which is why he's opted for this. Zeus a hero that theoretically can just like last hit with Chain Lightning and do fine even against good heroes like Ember Spirit. I do think Nox is gonna kill this Zeus again and again. I think Nox is gonna have a strong start here.
Well, I mean, it's also one of those things, like, all you have to do is hit 6 with Zeus, and then you can kind of just leave the mid lane? Like, in favor of just...
No, you don't really want to do that. Zeus doesn't gank super well. You kind of need to stay mid and use your ulti to contribute, but still get that lane farm. And like
2+ taking a lot of damage over here. Spectre looking for the pickoff over there. He does have pounce up in 17 seconds, but 2+ can leave. The Blood Grenade going out for the slow. 2+ is, they're just completely losing all the farm chasing this kill, so it does have this advantage over here, but Wusong could potentially go down. Does get the Sprout off. Oh, no!
Yeah, hitting
goes down
through the trees
blood.
There. Surprisingly, he gets that attack off, but it does happen.
He does have the Golden Blade, so... BKB Hater almost gets the kill on the Timbersaw as well. Is able to get the static field off to keep him from closing in on that.
Zimbabwe has to be careful. Oh, he misses his chains. That's actually kind of a big deal. It's unfortunate. Zimbabwe will get the rune regen. Nox again misses a slate. Uncharacteristic from this player. Still going to be comfy enough, though. He's got 9 wand charges. Plenty of last hits. Up top, lots of damage being taken.
Yeah, safe
Slarky is
lane.
opting for the Orb of Corrosion.
Safe lane for Radiant is pushing in really deep. Like Ember, when he's about to hit his level 6, could very easily flip the bottom lane, shutting down BKB Hater. Technically, both lanes are playing really aggressively pushed up, so like if he can't get the pick on the Zeus here, all he has to do is get 6 and can very easily rotate into these other lanes and very comfortably. Rotation coming in for the Wraith King. Can he live long enough? Rotation's coming out. The stun's going in. Nox is going to pay for it with his life. A huge spike
very
for
quick
Tiger
response.
Eyes.
Yeah, Tiger Eyes appreciating that for sure. Zeus does die and is falling behind at not 6 yet. And solo kill XP will put Ember at level 7, so he should be able to find another kill on the Zeus.
Fantastic
Especially-
rotations, by the way, from top lane.
Zeus has no points in his lead, so he can't actually get away from Ember once he's on top of him. And of course, Orb of Corrosion now also in play. As well as on Slark shortly. He is going to be rushing Diffusal, actually.
On Slark?
Yeah, on the
I
side.
mean, it's a good item against the Wraith King. If you get enough pips in before he dies, he can't res. At least for the early game. Zeus can't leap and get out of the fight, like which is what he tries to do, or at least if he does zip out, like he's not going to be able to be of any use. Pinging in on Nox,
Ember.
rotation's coming in. He can potentially turn this. Can he get the root off? Oh, does not get the ults. That is unfortunate.
Level 9 now with Phase Boots.
Lon
Zeus doesn't play
Soyan
the
in the
kill
off
now.
lane, sitting at level 4 though.
Both offlaners really struggling. 2+ needs to watch that he doesn't feed another kill to the Ember here.
Does get the pip. The Remnant goes out. Dodges the ultimate from Zeus. That is unfortunate.
Nice play from Ember. Having the Remnants ready to go. Of course, big part of the Ember play.
Whoa, that's a lot of damage. Holy moly.
Yeah, the Nature's Prophet ulti hits at the same time as the Rupture.
What is 800 damage from Nature's Prophet on that?
Yep. Pretty strong.
Wraith King could also go down for this. He does go down, unfortunately. Going in, trying to get
Another
a few pips
stack.
on Wu.
Another stack for the Slark.
Rotations are coming up over here. Spectre does have his ultimate, and Barracuda is good to go, so like he could very easily turn around on this. 2+ very low on mana. Doesn't have ult.
I do like that they've placed these wards, this ward in the Dire Jungle that sees 3 camps. That's part of what made that Nature's ulti hit so hard. Because it bounces off all of those jungle camps. Timbersaw going in bottom.
BKB Hater taking a lot of damage here, but also returning it back as well. Coming in from the Ember Spirit, BKB goes down. That is unfortunate. He does have ultimate sitting here on the... Oh no, not enough. Not anymore. Mana is gone. He had 3 lined up to set up for the Ice Path, but it's only level 1, and I don't think it was up.
And our top
Another
lane,
death.
Wraith King is picked off again. It's starting to look rough for a 3k net worth advantage for the Dire.
I
That
feel
Ember
like it
Spirit
was...
rotation, just like you talked about.
Well, I feel like it was
And-
it was very ambitious to rotate BKB Hater to the safe lane to try and play in the carry, because you're just letting Nox kind of dominate the lane.
Yeah, I agree. And Timber's still doing fine, right? Timber's okay. They are going to find another kill on him here.
Goes down,
So,
all 5 there.
5-man gathering up. So probably going to push this tower.
5-man for a
Ember
pause
Spirit?
3. They do get double kills on it.
Ember Spirit is pushing mid and will have his Mage Slayer just finished. So he could come to a fight, make a big impact. Mage Slayer is a huge timing for Ember Spirit. He's got level 12 as well. So 3 points in his shield.
Fortify
This is not
coming
a great
out.
trade, to be honest. Losing the tier 1 like this mid.
Well, what's the stats? What's the stats on losing your mid tower? Like reduces your win rate by what percentage? I believe. Like it's noticeable. It's noticeable to like make mention of it.
Yeah, I'd say it's like 3 or 4 at least. Losing your tier 1 mid first.
Wraith King tries to go for the Wisdom Rune, does end up dying there. I believe
Interesting
Wusong
nature.
does steal.
I just noticed that Nature's opted for the healing facet rather than the Ironwood Treant facet. So they won't have that late game powerhouse of the Treants taking objectives. They won't be able to rat as effectively. And another kill to the Slurg. He does have Diffusal done and is working towards a Linken's to stop himself from being ruptured. So far we haven't seen this counterpick from the Bloodseeker really actually come into play. He's waiting. He wants this kill.
Gets the pick off, gets the Maledict. That's a lot of damage coming out. He has his ult running, could easily walk through Macrofire. Hunting down Zimbabwe champion. He does have the leash. He can very easily close this out. Gets the Dispel. He has 12 wand charges. He could turn on this as well. He gets up high ground, gets a little bit of heal. Gets the Q out. He does have Diffusal, but he doesn't have Leap Up. Ember Spirit coming coming to win. Gets the kill, TP's out. Can the silence go off in time? No, he gets to walk away scot-free.
Yeah, I think Sark maybe, I know he wanted to bait for the Ember, but I'm not sure I agree turning around there. He was scot-free just walking up straight north on the bridge. But they do get another kill for the Ember Spirit.
6 stacks on the agility for Slark. So like the kills, the deaths timer is so low at this stage in the game. Like I don't think he's not really that high of net worth. He's only like third for last hits right now. What is he at on net worth? He is top net worth. So
yeah,
maybe it was a feed. Maybe it was a feed.
It's fine. You know, he's still doing A-okay. He's got his Linken's, which is his biggest thing to stop from getting ruptured. So he will not be able to be stopped by this Bloodseeker for a while. Until 2 charges, perhaps, or Linken's break. Linken's can be broken now, I believe, by Nature's ulti. So, or, of course, by Lightning Bolt. So, maybe break it that way. Gotta find another kill, most likely, here.
Does the jump, does the sprout to get himself out, but, glimpse! Doesn't need it. Oh, he did glimpse. He did glimpse cancel.
Glimpse, yeah.
You cannot run from a disruptor.
Sanjay and Yasha going to be coming out on Ember Spirits, helping reduce the time that he spends.
BKB Hitter has his Radiance. He has Radiance Blade Mail. He is really someone you don't want to be near right now. Teleporting out, Wusong has the Coconut, and you are Coco not leaving.
Like does find a kill with the Maledict tick. And an immediate smoke, they're going to be hunting further. Lark fighting another kill.
Arcane Rune bottled on Ember Spirit too. That is terrifying.
Slark does have to be a little bit careful.
Yules goes out on Zimbabwe to get him a little bit of ground to run away from. One last lightning bolt to let him know who's there. Nox coming in, looking for the pick. He can very easily close this out. Misses. He does get the hit, but he doesn't get the Searing Chains off. It doesn't hit him.
Bloodseeker respawning here, so they have to be a little careful. But it looks like they have pretty free reign of the Ancients triangle.
Bloodseeker's going to jungle. He's got his Radiance done right now. He can't really fight these guys like in a position where there's more of 2 of them. So I feel like he's just going to take and push out this lane, really capture this farm down here in the safe lane while he has some time right now. Maybe give up the tier 2 towers to try and capture.
His position is not too different from the Juggernaut in the previous game, where he just used to farm these fringes. He's got his farming item, and a little better of a timing than the previous Juggernaut.
He just
needs to get to this hyper late game. Yeah, Bloodseeker thrives. They do have a good, strong high ground hold with Jakiro and Zeus, and they have Nature's there in order to rat. So I think they have a better chance of holding out for the late game than we saw coming from the Architect on the Juggernaut.
I think the Ags on the Wraith King is going to be a huge determining factor in this game, because like you're going to get to a point where Ember Spirit just one-shots the Jakiro and the Zeus in some of these fights. Does going to get the pick out on the
that could
law.
Make an impact. It looks like he's opting for the AC, so his X is quite delayed if that's what he wants to go for.
Gets the ping, comes back in. They do see the Remnant. Slark is sitting back here, does have the ultimate running out. 2+ may go down for this. Tiger Eyes does get the very edge over there. Tiger Eyes does not have mana for his ult, but he does have a full wand charge. I believe that'll give him, 150 mana? So I don't think it's going to be enough for him to res if they do go into him. He does have the res coming up. Scion is in a position where he is burning and turning. The Timber Chain doesn't do anything. When you are frozen down, he goes. Spectre's going to be able to walk
Alright.
away. That is 4 for 2. That is a very positive swing there.
Pretty decent fight. The Bloodseeker does die, but he does find the Ember Spirit kill towards the back end of that fight. She's very happy about it. Gets a lot of gold from that. Ember Spirit doesn't benefit from some of that XP. Sark, of course, doing fine. Walks away with even more edgy stacks. He's at 10 now, and 17 temporarily, so he might look for something here. With the Agnons, he is pretty hard to catch.
I believe Bloodseeker's able to buy his BKB now.
Yeah,
He has 3,100? Yeah.
He'll need another 1,000, yeah, to get it.
Sorry, my thing is shapes, not numbers.
Yeah. Understandable. Squares, specifically, right?
2+ trying to get out of here, gets leashed. Down he goes, another stack. 11 stacks of permanent agility.
2+ really struggling in this game against the Slark.
Does the
They don't have the start he
status
wanted.
does the status effect increase on some of the neutral items increase the duration of essence shift?
No, I don't believe so.
It's just one of those
I
flat
think it
numbers.
Sanjin Yasha probably decreases the amount of time you are essence shifted, but I don't think there's any way to increase the length or the duration of your stacks on Slark yourself, besides the talent, which increases by +40.
Bolt goes out on the Law. The Law is going to get silenced here. The Macro Pyre's going out. Spectre's looking for the pick. Glimmer Cape, well earned its paycheck over there. Gets to be able to walk away. Tiger Eye's tanking a lot of damage over here. Still hasn't dropped. He has the wand to go up. He's 30 seconds out from ulting. Wusong is still in the silence range over here. He's going to get a pick. BKB Hater is going to get some cleanup damage over here. He just got his last pulse of Maledict. He has so much speed. NASCAR over here running him down. He is speeding up, but Spectre's taking up picks on the back line. Could very easily close this out and then return.
They're going to be
Here comes
caught by the Ember
Knox.
Spirit now.
Overextended, underrepresented.
Slark going to find another couple agi stacks now. Triple kill for Slark. 15 agi stacks. He
That was
benefits
looking
from every
so
single kill in
good.
that fight.
That was looking so good for the Radiant there at the beginning. Like, they had split the carries up, but they spent the Goose Chase on the Timbersaw, which gave them time to regroup and re-engage.
Exactly. While they were chasing the Timber, Slark just picked off the Jakiro in the back line, forced the Wraith King away from the fight, killed him, and then by the time they realized what was happening, they had a full HP Slark coming in to clean them up. EKB now done on Slark, so he'll have his full duration, 9 seconds for the next fight.
AC is done on the... Oh, no. 2+ is going to get punished again. Double leash goes out. Slark has Ags. You are not running away from this man.
And there's the Basher now, ready to go. Just
Well, the
desperately trying to
crazy-
rat this tier 1 top.
Crazy
I'm
thing
not
I'm
able to find
seeing
it.
as I look on the items for Radiant over here, there's no Orbs of Frost.
Yeah,
against this high healing
I mean,
team.
no heroes are really wanting to build it. I think on their team,
I mean, it's a
Wraith King doesn't
relatively
benefit
cheap
so much
item.
from it.
It's a relatively cheap item, and it does so much against the Witch Doctor. It does good against the Timbersaw. It does good against the Slark, and nobody's 6-slotted. So why wouldn't it be a good item to just have as a utility?
I just think it's actually a big investment for an item slot, right? You wanna, as a support, you probably want your wand, some of your utility items you're gonna have to get here, like Ghost Scepter, lots for wards, etc. And Slark can just purge off the effect, right? You're not really in a situation where you're chasing somebody down and the slow benefits you. I think you're just better off saving up for a Shivas. Somebody on the team getting a Shivas would be quite nice. Perhaps the Zeus. Wraith King probably not. Doesn't suit him all that well. But Shivas will help with the overall heal from the Timber and the Slark.
Well, they also have the Jakiro. Jakiro as well has the Frost talent as well.
Yeah, that's not bad. Again, can be purged by the Slark. It's not super reliable. Could help with killing the Timber a bit. They do have the Spirit Vessel.
A lot of
which is
spells going out. A lot of spells going out here. Not a lot happening. The Remnant is behind the tier 3 tower over here. Zeus trying
They do have
to
Aegis.
Zeus trying to ping the bait out over here with the stop cast animation on the ultimate. Rupture's going out. McIntyre's sitting in the mid lane. BKB Hater has ult, has Blade Mail. He's going for the pick over here. He's going to take it, and then he's going to back out immediately. That's a really good pick.
Yeah, only one remnant left on the Ember. I think they were looking for Sark to find somebody since he's kind of their hold in place hero at this point. That was BKB from the Bloodseeker, so he can't really go in now. This might be their chance.
Silence goes out. Yules for the Purge. A lot of stuns going out. Remnants coming in.
Dane's just keeping everybody
they are
at bay.
taking a lot of damage from this tower, though. BKB Hater gets a stun out. Ghost Scepter is going out on the Wusong, so he is able to walk away. Are they going to be able to close out this Remnant on the Ember Spirit? No, and then he gets a free kill out of it as well. Spectre's looking for the pick. Can't see him. Can he get out? Can he TP? Can he run away? That healing talent is actually doing some work here. BKB Hater going in. The ultimate coming out from Wusong. They're taking so much damage. Gets the stun out. Oh, that is unfortunate. Shivas is done on Nox as well to really counter their healing. Zimbabwe champion getting run down by Spectre over here. Has the cloud for the shard. Gets the kill. I think this is pretty close to the end here.
I think so. Yeah, just the team net worth advantage became too strong to overcome. And they don't have what they need to kill this Slark. They don't have instant lockdown. They don't have the burst. Zeus didn't quite come online. Ember Spirit, the Nature Slayer just destroys this team, right? Jakiro, Zeus, Nature's all doing almost no damage. Even though Bloodseeker Burn gets hit by it. So, unfortunate. I do think the Bloodseeker was a nice pick to counter Timber and end up going the lane. But yeah, Nox just had too much of free reign. And we got a lot of snowballing on the Slark. So it looks like a clean victory from Team Nox.
Well, they're opting to go for Rax instead of closing out the game, which is an interesting choice. It is giving them time to come back up. Wraith King is 150 gold away from his Ags.
I think at this point you just have to go Rapier, right? It's probably... I guess
Sponsored by Kettle of Ketchup?
I think Rapier on the Bloodseeker potentially is even the play. It's not a high percentage chance of success, but this is a circumstance where you're going to lose anyways.
Tiger Eyes. He has ult up in 18 seconds. Rupture going out. Wusong, Aeon's Disc is pop. BKB is running. One is down on the Disruptor. They can potentially take Soyon out here. The Yule Scepter's going up. Does have the pit. Remnant's going out. He's taking a lot of passive burn, but he's going to be able to walk away from it. BKB going in with a third kill. Can he 1v1 Spectre here? Here comes Nox. There goes. What a stun! What a stun! I don't think it's going to be enough, though. 2+ trying to go in, trying to get the kill over here on this Ember Spirit, but he walks right into the Slark. Buyback's coming out on BKB Hater. He can very easily turn this fight onto the Slark over here, getting the purge off. Can he get the kill? He does get the kill. Nox is really low over here. He has one remnant left, but it looks like it's going to be enough. Actually, Allen is pretty quick over here. Buyback's coming out on the Nature's Prophet, probably going in for the kill over here. Can they find him? They see him. Can he get it? He does get it!
All right, so they get Megas, but they do find a full wipe and a buyback kill, I believe. On, no buyback kills. So buyback's still available on the Radiant. Sorry, on the Dire. Bloodseeker picking up a lot of net worth from that fight. I do think Slark had the bug where when you level up in Turbo, it like auto selects your talents, and when you try to use your ability, it doesn't work. I saw him frustratedly messing with his talents. I've died that way before. He did have ulti and died with it up, so that's too bad. Probably could have gotten away if not for that bug. Unfortunate. They're gonna have to regroup, find a Roche here.
We'll have to watch the replay on that.
Yeah, they're gonna have to regroup to find a Roche to close out the game.
The thing is Dire does have the advantage with the team fights. Like, they have so much CC, like, it gives them the ability to really dictate where everyone's fighting right now. Like, the Disruptor AoE effect for Silence is devastating to a lot of these heroes. You know, the Ember Spirit you have to respect, you know, that he has control of an area while the, what is it, Sleight of Fist is going.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Bloodseeker
the
does
only
have
real
his full item setup with the Aghanim Shard. So he overheals, gets a shield. He has Refresher for double BKB and basically four charges of Rupture. So pretty much everyone is going to get Ruptured. We did see last fight, both the Slark and the Bloodseeker are playing this role of getting to the back line, sort of dividing the teams from each other, picking everybody off. It looks like Slark is still ahead for the time being and being able to, after cleaning up the back line, turn and 1v1 the Bloodseeker just fine. He does have BKB, of course, for the Blade Mail as well. But now that there are 4 Ruptures to worry about, maybe Slark is going to be surprised by the availability of the ulti and lose the 1v1.
he can
So
really
it's still
punish
possible.
Nox's mobility with that too. Like a lot of these heroes want to be constantly moving around. The Timbersaw, the Slark, the Ember Spirit, getting ruptured and having that on 3 of their most mobile heroes can be devastating to them in a fight. So yeah, I agree with you. 4 charges of that is pretty insane.
Ember is one of those heroes whose mobility doesn't actually get harmed, really.
Goes down here pretty early, like overextending, forcing the team fight. 2+ is in there as well. Nox is going to go in. Ultimate's going out on Tiger Eyes, so he's going to go down first. He has res coming up, so it's going to pop up. Spectre could go down here, does get the Cloud off in time. Allen's doing a bunch of damage, but is it going to be enough? Yes, it is going to be enough. Maybe not enough. Here comes Wusong with the ultimate. There's so much going on. Tiger Eyes with the ultimate going on. They could get 1, they could get 2, they get 2. Aegis is coming up. Soyon's taking a lot of damage over here, but the creeps are taking the Ancient right now. There's no health left. Nox is going in. He doesn't want to give them time.
Even with Slark having to port out after being comboed by Jakiro and Bloodseeker, they do find the 4 pick off, and GG is called.
What a game.
Another good victory. Well held, of course, despite being very behind. Bloodseeker putting up an admirable effort. Good job to beat Kitty Heater. I think this Slark has to be your MVP. 16 kills, finding pickoffs all across the map. Definitely a strong player that game.
A very solid performance all around. I got to give it to all these players, though. It was kind of insane.
That was a very fun game to watch. I quite enjoyed it.
Do you want to bring Spectre up here?
Yes, I do. Moving. Hello, Spectre. You're up here in the streamer studio. Congrats on a win and on an excellent performance on your Slark. You are the MVP of the match. 16-2. How did that feel?
Thanks so much, guys. I appreciate your streaming, and thanks so much for my team to supporting me and picking Slark.
Is Slark one of your favorite heroes?
It's not my favorite, but one of the most played heroes I have. So yeah, I kind of know how to play him.
What made it so strong in that game, do you think?
I think the laning. So when we saw Raise King, Nature's Prophet pick, I realized that it's probably gonna be an offlane pick. Although we kind of thought that it's gonna be like flexible, but they just fell into trap. And then Nox asked me if I can play Slark, and I said yeah, sure. And the game was just easy.
Yeah, you weren't challenged a lot. The Bloodseeker is a bit of a counter. Do you change your items at all to deal with a Bloodseeker in the game?
So my tactic was to get like a first item, either Diffusal or something like else, and then just go straight for Lincoln, and then BKB, and then I can like manhandle Bloodseeker.
Why the Diffusal first?
It's just comfortable to play against Nature's Prophet, Zeus, and Jakiro. So they're not that, they're not that fast. They don't have any fast moving abilities, so it's good to slow them. I don't need to use my leap, so I can save it for escape.
Yeah, really easy to chase them down with the Purge active. Later in that game, there's a lot of chaos with all the Ruptures flying out. How are you deciding when it's safe to go in? What are you watching for? Who's your target?
So, it's always Slark. It's looking for supports, like to kill supports, and my main target was basically Zeus, Nature's Prophet, Jakiro. And I wanted to make sure that Nature's Prophet doesn't push us, like at early stage. So every time I see him, like, pushing our towers, I will TP and just go for him, and then come back, join the team fight.
That is very
So really
well
bullying
shown
that
with
Nature's.
5 kills on the Nature's Prophet. 30% of your kills, or 33 roughly percent of your kills was the Nature's Prophet. So I feel like you very well enacted on that vengeance and
Yeah.
threatening aura to him.
That's a turbo games, and we all know that Nature's Prophet can single-handedly win these games. So I gotta make sure that he has no chance.
Absolutely. Well, I think you proved your point there.
Thanks so much, guys.
No worries. Well, good luck in the rest of your games tonight. Looks like you guys are still sitting in the winner's bracket over here, so good luck on your future games in the gauntlet tonight.
Thanks again.
Absolutely.
watching.
We'll appreciate
Bye.
you having you here.
Well, Galix, it looks like I win the bet.
I
know we
guess. Unfortunate.
I think it was $300 was on the winner of that match.
Yeah.
I think.
Just go
I
ahead and
remember agreeing to that.
have your people reach out to my people, and also thank you very much for donating that $300 to the prize pool for next month.
Sure. You're gonna have to find $300 in my bank account first, which will be your first problem.
So, see, I'll Zell you, and then I'll immediately withdraw it.
You know what? I'll take it. There are loopholes. We can make it work.
Absolutely. Claim fraud. I have never heard of DTX. What are these guys? Clearly fraud.
I'm gonna turn that 300 into passive income. I'm gonna invest it in the Dota futures. Just you watch.
You're gonna go double it up on some blackjack.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Play some Ogre Magi.
Absolutely. Tyler,
Well,
what a game there. What a game. That was close there at the end with BKB on his Bloodseeker. It was really close.
He had a refresher. He ruptured 4 people.
It was, well, I was worried there when I saw the Disruptor running up high ground and got the pick off. I was like, okay, there goes their AoE silence that they need for a game. They could very easily flip that fight, but the Ember Spirit went uncontested for too long, and it really did kind of just snowball from there.
Clark kind of took over the game too, with sniping the Nature's Prophet left and right, preventing him from farming or pushing or doing anything.
I think Spectre needs to issue a public apology to 2+ for the amount of manhandling he did to him in that game.
That's about right. Every time I see 2+ gonna TP, he's like, nope, I have ag, so I'm just gonna jump you again and prevent you from leaving.
It was so hard to watch. Because it's like, what do you do as a Nature's Prophet in that lineup? Like, he's got a Quelling Blade. You can't really escape it. Double Leash is kind of crazy.
The best thing he could honestly do would be get like a Wind Waker and a Blink. That's like your only chance to get away from that. And even he still might catch you. He still might get you.
You're dedicating 2 items that are not exactly cheap to an escape when you're already getting manhandled by their carry. It's like, at what point do you just be like, hey, there's not much I can do in this situation?
I was gonna say,
where are we standing with the other games, Galix?
So
we ready for round 3 here?
They have wrapped up. It looks like A-Carrot once again takes away on his game, and Kettle is up a game as well. So for the premier match, as is requested, a lot of people in the chat are requesting, hey, where is A-Carrot on screen tonight? Well, we're going to get to see it. A-Carrot versus BKB for the premier match running into round 3. I'm hoping to see Kettle climb back up to go into the finals, coming in 3-1 or 2-1 into it, and potentially do a little bit of an upset against someone undefeated over here. The Bucket Brothers have not let me down yet, so we're very excited to see where that's going to be up. It looks like they're making the lobbies now. Ty.
Did you see the after chat of what's put in the DTX chat?
I did not. I am busy doing a lot of...
We have a team that forfeited, apparently.
Oh, who ended up forfeiting?
Forbidden's team.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Well, guys on Forbidden's team, thank you for joining us this evening. We look forward to hearing all your comments on the live stream that we have here. We'd love to have you up here. If not, as always, we do a lot of overthrow games after the broadcast, so feel free to join us. If you want to pick on Flam, we usually try to. He picks some cheesy heroes. Same thing with Nox, and Nox is actually the cheesiest hero picker. He picks Ember Spirit in 1v1 overthrow games, and it's quite toxic. So
Sounds like Nox, yeah.
absolutely. So let's see if they have.
Somebody's got to stop me when I pick Spearbreaker in the overthrow.
Oh
It's
my
got to
god!
be you guys.
That's
It
okay. I'll
is,
just
it
pick
is.
Bloodseeker. I'll pick Bloodseeker and just rupture you flat.
Oh my god, Bloodseeker! I didn't think about that. He's so fast in overthrow. I mean, I pick Sniper in overthrow, and I dominate the match until everyone builds Lincoln Spheres, and then I'm just really sad.
Skill issue.
Absolutely, it's very sad.
Our lobby is coming up then. It's time to...
Chat, what is your favorite overthrow hero, and why is it Dark Willow? Ah, yes, Dark Willow, Dark Willow, Dark Willow. Yeah, it's unanimous. Dark Willow is the best hero in overthrow. As chat said it, not me.
I disagree. I like Pudge.
But of course you like Pudge, Tyler. I'm still not seeing the lobbies up.
Yeah, have we informed teams of the brackets?
Chemical Zero has taken over that task, so if it's slow, blame him.
Got it.
I'm refreshing. Spectre to lag everyone? Of course, Artie, you would pick Spectre and just focus on pressing R. I hate you, Artie. I hate you. Those 1060 or 1080 graphics cards are no match to one button press from Spectre and Overthrow. Well, that's so you remember Sam, right? Right, Tyler? He bought a cheap Walmart computer this was probably about a year or two ago, to try and get back into Dota, and gets into a game with a Spectre and a Kunkka, and the Kunkka built Refresher, and this was back when Torrent Storm was still a thing, and he pressed Torrent Storm once, and it lagged out his game to like 20 frames, like maybe 10-20 frames per second, and then when Spectre ultied, it crashed his game. So he's like, nope, I'm done.
Oh, Sam.
Oh, Sam, if you're watching, we miss you. Come back. Oh, man. So I already know the favorite in this one is the A carrot in this matchup. However, we still don't have a lobby, so let me message Chemical.
Yeah, he's doing some problem solving. Apparently, Icarus saying let's start it.
Say again? They started already?
No,
There
Icarus
it is.
said
There it
let's
is.
started in chat. So
There we go. The lobby is up. Flam? Why is the name of our channel that? And why is our language in German?
All right, Felix, looks like they are sorting out the bracket issues. So
Okay, perfect.
we will be seeing A carrot versus BKB as planned.
Eventually. Artie, you're not supposed to be here during games, buddy. You're not supposed to be watching, especially one that you're in. I see you in here, chat. Focus on your game. Maybe you'll get some more last hits. What the hell? Why is Forbidden the caster?
because apparently he doesn't have enough players to play.
Huh? What the? No,
That's why
Forbidden needs to leave.
they were asking in chat, do we have any subs?
We have 2 subs. Please reach out to Chemical Zero for the subs. I believe we have Reacher. We have a couple of the other ones. Sanctus is sitting on standby as well.
I'm just reading what the chat says. It says, my team decided to drop. By Forbidden.
Forbidden? Oh, okay. Okay, so that's why he's in here.
Chat.
Well, we have the timer is started at 9:10, so they have 5 minutes to complete a team, or it is a forfeit.
Oh, Jaggerized apparently. Oh, wait, no, never mind. They don't have, they're still missing one person. Oh, Grim's gonna join?
No,
I guess
Grim,
they found some.
Grim Reaper is not an appropriate substitute. he's borderline immortal. I think he was already on the team. That is... Alright, it looks like they've got it sorted out.
I just find it funny how Forbidden's in the caster side on the other side.
Yeah. Well, he made the lobby, so... Alright, we're just waiting on them to pick their teams and go from there. Thank you all for joining us this evening. If you haven't yet, if you could go ahead and sit here and like and subscribe to the channel, it really does help us out. Our next milestone is going to be 100 subscribers. At that point, we're going to be giving out a random immortal item of your choice, of the 100 subscribers' choice. So let us know. Subscribe to the channel, and we'll be giving it away to you if you're our 100th subscriber. We really do appreciate it. Once again, we're going to be having some up-and-coming clips coming up of some of the games that you've seen here posted, as well as a couple of coaching tips that are going to be coming out for easy consumption to help level up your gameplay. So we'd love to have you here, and we'd love to, help you up your gameplay a little bit over here at DTX.
Yep, we strive to improve your gameplay.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ben Stein, for your enthusiasm.
I mean, that's what I do.
I know.
10 years of coaching,
Damn, and I'm still only at like 3.2 MMR, so what does that say about your coaching?
I haven't been coaching you, so.
I know. Nobody can coach me. I'm a lost cause. Well, thank you for joining us, Slam. Hey, I'm immortal. I'm an immortal Pugna player. I will die on that hill. Hey, you picked Dragon Knight. You picked Dragon Knight, Blink, and Mage Slayer, okay? Like, what am I supposed to do? All right?
Cry?
Yeah, I cry, all right. I cry myself to sleep thinking about Flamp and ganking me in bottom lane.
Well, it's like me with Conqueror Pudge. It's the same statistic.
Dream often about me ganking you?
I do, and not in the fun way.
Wow. All right, well, have fun in the draft, guys. I'll see you
absolutely.
on the other side.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Weaver's been banned.
Drop an F in the chat if Flam has ever ganked you in bottom lane in your dreams.
We all know Yezer's gonna say it.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's just me. I'm gonna do it right now. That way we have at least one.
So we got Witch Doctor.
They're finally starting to respect Witch Doctor in these premier matches.
Jakiro.
Do you think BKB is going to take back the mid lane, or is he going to commit to the safe lane role?
I think he might go back to the mid role.
Yeah, there's not a lot of players you can really send up against BKB Hater. But I mean, Grim Reaper and A-Carrot on the same team, that's Mistio, for those of you in the DTX server. That's not someone you can really comfortably let just free roam on a game.
Mistril's known for, support and Rubik, generally.
Correct. But they can also take away a game very quickly.
Yep. Dragon Knight's been banned. OD's been banned. Weaver's gone.
My dream team for Pause 4 and Pause 5 is Mistiel and Muy Bueno. Like those are my go-to. If I had to pick a team that I have to take to an event, like those two are on my team. Like for support positions.
True. And then there's Bucky's Oracle. Hey, General?
Hang on, it looks like we might have repairings.
Ember Spirit's been banned. General?
Hang on. We have new pairings. So it looks like we are dropping out of this one. I guess because someone dropped, it has affected the brackets.
Clem, you're free to unmute yourself at the moment.
Thank you, Nox, for letting us know about the repairings. Well, I still think it's going to be Nox versus A-Carrot. They're undefeated right now, so they're going into this 3-1 or 2-0. So this will be pretty good going into round 3. So I believe it's still going to be Nox and A-Carrot is the premier match that we're going to be watching. So it's Kettle versus BKB and Nox versus A-Carrot. So we're waiting for the lobby to come up. So thank you all once again for joining us this evening. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please take this moment to do it now. Yes, I do agree, Bear, that Nox just wants his screen time. You know, as the problem with most Zoomers is, you know, they're addicted to their screen time.
True facts.
I'm going to take a 2... Wait, hang on. They keep banning his puck, though. They don't let him have it. He did get his Ember Spirit last match, and we saw how that went.
Yep. Whoops.
Wait, what? Did we get kicked?
Yeah,
Nox versus A. Alright, we're in. Make sure we get your good side.
I can't change team names.
That's fine. Perfect. So now we're going back into it. Sorry for the delay, folks. I appreciate it. Nox, get out of the chat. I see you here. Get out. I will ban you.
Nox.
Yes, let me close out the vote. And the first ban is the fuck.
And the second one is OD. Oh!
Fudge
my
ban.
hero.
No, what? Wasting a ban on a hero that's not even that good?
Maybe they think Wu Song's gonna play it.
Maybe.
Witch Doctor, you know, that's shocking.
The Centaur, Rubik, they're really just burning through their time here. You know, the one thing about Captain's Mode is if you know your ban, right, you can take the full time to plan out the rest of your bans and the rest of your draft. You don't have to use all 30 seconds right at the beginning.
Pretty much. Storm Spirit.
You know, I would love to see an IO pick in one of these games. That'd be hilarious.
I've been practicing IO in my
Yeah?
games.
I feel like he's really strong.
I did
in this patch.
30k in 24 minutes of healing. Which isn't too bad considering I don't play Wisp.
Yeah, he's a pretty good hero right now. Storm Spirit ban also coming out.
Magnus was our first pick. And then we have Lich. Magnus is a really strong initiator, very good ult in the game to be able to pick teams off.
Magnus is also a very, very common pick from Mystiel as well.
Clark's been banned.
Of course, they saw the last game and they just don't want to let it run away. I mean, I feel like a lot of these bans are also reactory. Like it's turbo, I get it, but like the pool that you're dealing with and like the heroes that come in it, like so many different heroes can snowball. You can't build a perfect team, and I feel like that builds some excitement. Kettle of Ketchup also won their last game, going 1-1, could potentially land them in the finals as well, the Bucket Bros. That would be very exciting to see. The Spectre ban and the PA ban, they're just banning all the cheese right now.
Yep. They don't want any of the cheese.
Sorry, Roshan, your cheese shop has been closed by the health inspector.
Too many
Try
rats.
again.
Too many rats were found in the vicinity.
Yeah. Also, shoot shot. If you guys are watching this and just tuning in, I cannot remember the exact timestamp. I'm sure if someone knows what it is in chat right now, but there was an Aegis steal tonight where Muy Bueno dove in against 5 enemy heroes as clockwork and still stole the Aegis. Like, it was crazy. It was absolutely insane. I think I need to add a bonus point for Aegis steals, but there's no real way for me to track that.
There actually is one way to track that, General.
Is there?
Yeah, so if you go to somebody's profile, it actually tells you if they've stolen an Aegis.
I'm not going to go to 40 players' profiles at the end of every single match and check.
That gives you some time.
See, I have this thing called a wife that if I spend too much time on Dota, she gets very mad at me. Love you, sweetheart.
So we got Night Stalker, we got Ogre Magi, we got Disruptor, we got Weaver. So Magnus and Disruptor, that together is a very disgusting combo if
Reverse
correct.
polarity into the wall, into ult.
R.
Like, that's a two-man wombo combo right there if they land it. The awkward part is if the Night Stalker sees the blink in, right? He can press the AoE silence, which could completely end that entire fight.
Yeah. And then Night Stalker in general is good against Weaver.
Also, we've seen Soyan playing the, or not Soyan, Spectre playing Night Stalker, I believe it was in the first matchup tonight. And we've seen the potential of that hero's capabilities and the person piloting them.
Yep.
So, like, not something to just be knocked off and ignored. Also, Artie de la Puerta possibly ticking up on this Weaver play. We've seen a lot of strong plays on his Weaver safe lane, and they've actually taken a couple of first place events with this Weaver carrying a lot of that. Damn! Oh, there's the bear. There's the bear.
Fuzzy, wuzzy, wuzzy.
Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, and I do not want to be there.
Or like he's gonna get in your hair.
Oh my god. Very scary picks here. Like, this is the cores and the carries on this team are just so beefy. Like, I don't know. Like, Dire needs to pick something with a lot of damage to be able to shut them down. They do have like the AoE silence for the Ursa in order to kind of keep him from pressing his buttons, but the status resistance that scales on him, it's a lot like the Wraith Kings that we've seen. Like, you know, all they need is Ags, right? Or like in Ursa's case, all he needs is just time and levels. Not necessarily, like, items are good on him, but like just the hero alone, having so much status resistance built in. And then what is it, the shard for the leap, right?
Yeah, it's the shard, yeah.
And then
And
Satanic
then you
to
combine
purge
that with
as
the
well.
lich, and you got a lit shield.
Yeah, like they're gonna have a hard time chewing through the meat shield that is the front line for the Radiant team here.
So we got Tied Under Ravage, we got Night Stalker Silence, we got Ogre with a lot of stuns, Ignite. We got
They have a
Lich
really
Bolt.
good team fight. Stompers has an amazing team fight right here, but it's like the Night Stalker just kind of throws a cog or a wrench in the cogs, if it makes any sense.
Yep.
Do you think like maybe a silencer? A silencer
think
carry pick here?
Silencer would be good if they could protect him, because like Magnus RP's Ursa can hold him long enough maybe for the Silencer to kill the Ursa.
Like, what burst damage, like, mid laner do you pick here? Like, what is a good roam that can chew through these high mobility off lane or like very tanky supports and cores that can
So
really benefit from it?
I was gonna suggest Shadow Fiend, but it's bad.
What about a life stealer?
Yeah, Lifesteer can chew through things pretty decent.
Viper on a carrot, that boy.
He's pulling out his big guns on this one.
Yeah, one of the it's always fun when that one slips through. An A carrot on Viper. All he needs is his boots of travel, and he could completely take over a game. It is not something you want to be against.
Let's see who our last pick is. They're really thinking it through.
Yeah, like what do you pick here? Like, they don't have any real lockdown. I mean, they have the ogre, they have the lich, right? But lich needs like what, Ags to get the large grips.
Pull everybody. Yeah.
Like, they only have 2 stuns, really.
They could go. They could pick like either a ranged DPS, or they could pick like a. They could pick up like a Shadow Shaman or something.
Well, they need a mid as well, unless they're going to send Ursa mid into Viper, and then that's just kind of an auto lose. Do you go Drow? Sniper, next best thing. I feel like the sniper is going to be so squishy and just going to get ripped apart by this Weaver.
Yeah. Weaver's
So-
way faster than Sniper is.
It's very interesting to see how this draft is going to go and how it's going to work out for them. So, but we're very excited. We'll love to see how it goes, and we'll just have to see how it turns out in the actual game. But thank you for joining us, Tyler. We'll see you after the game.
Sounds good.
Nox, are you?
Well, Galix,
nope.
I have mixed feelings about this draft. I mean, Arctilo Puerta and Weaver, but this Night Stalker, like you guys said, he really pulls the draft together. He's pretty scary for shutting down Weaver, and I think everyone else on their team too. And I'm not. The Viper is good. It's a good pick, but I'm not sure if it's enough. Akart's really gonna have to go off to carry this, I think.
Flam, I believe we've lost your video feed. Are you able to reconnect?
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
No.
Hopefully that fixes it.
Let's see. Make sure we have you muted. Now let's go to the between rounds. Nope, we still don't. I've got you here. I just got to re-add you in, so I can do that in post game. You're good. So yeah, but the Night Stalker, like, it's really just going to come down to, like, can he get the silence off? Is his finger fast enough to press that button when the Magnus comes in?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm a believer in the sniper pick, but if Nox is playing it, I'm sure he'll be fine.
I figured it should have been a drow. It should have been a drow.
I don't know about that. Yeah, maybe. Draw's not bad. I kind of wish I'd been in this game on Akart's team, because this would have been the freest brood game of all time, in my opinion. There's like no AoE. It eats the Chain Frost from the Lich.
Yeah, but that's not entertaining to watch. It's just a brood mother.
It's entertaining to play, though. I mean, you feel evil doing it, but it's really fun. Just being a monster all over the map and being unkillable and having an army of little spiders destroying everybody.
Yeah, pushing tier 3 racks at 12 minutes uncontested sounds like a great time.
Definitely one of those heroes. I have to wait till everybody forgets I play it before I pick it. Yeah, whenever I used to play these tourneys.
Chat, clip that, and I'll play it at the beginning of every event.
No,
I think I'm going to incorporate that as a soundboard button in the DTX server. We're going to meme it so hard that Broodmother is never going to see play again. I hate that hero with a passion. It is very annoying to play against.
Well, shoot. I guess I gave it up.
Oh well.
I'll just pick Batrider instead.
Exactly.
This is cool. Hiding in the pit.
Well, they know they're there. They just don't see them. Mad A and Grim Reaper sitting over here in the jungle. They know they're all there. They just don't see them. They don't have any vision out. They don't see each other. They're picking it. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, here comes the team from the side. Grim Reaper could go down with this. He's down. First blood to Nox. Mad A is taking a lot of damage over here. Law is also going to go down. Down he goes. Arnie La Puerta solo on health. He's down too.
Sneaky, but not sneaky enough. Night Stalker smelled it. And they do get the first blood and 2 more kills to boot. So a great start for the
Nox double Wraithbrand, already sending out his courier. Starting the game with double Wraithbrand bottle is insane.
Yeah, Viper just went from having a pretty slightly favored lane to I don't know, but Nox actually needs to watch it.
Yeah, A-Carrot can very easily punish an overextension. Probably one of the best players at reading when to engage. Oh, sorry, I completely forgot there were other lanes.
Lane. Is going to follow Wusong.
Gets the kill on Swift, starting it up. Whoa, what a bloodbath. 5 kills 1 minute in. Kind of insane.
This is a dangerous lane for sure. Ursa plus Lich can just run you down. Time Turret doesn't purge the Fury Swipe stacks. Disruptor doesn't really provide a stun to deal with, like, slowing down the advance. Pretty scary.
Fuzzy Wuzzy walked into the lane with such an XP lead as well. He's level 3 into their level 1s as well. So, like, it's something you have to respect.
Yeah, I like this top lane too, the Night Stalker Ogre. Weaver can kite them, but has to really keep their distance from the AoE silence, for sure. Otherwise,
Bear
he'll
going
just die
back in.
to the
Swift is
damage.
taking a couple of stacks damage. He can easily close this out. Is he going to dive? The burst comes out. Mate with a huge block there saves the Disruptor from feeding another kill.
Nox, despite
Nox.
getting the first blood, is falling behind on last hit significantly. And Weaver is going to find the kill on Night Stalker and chasing down the Ogre now, too. He's forced to choose between killing the bug and running away. He is not going to get either.
There's not really a good choice in that matter. Ogre's attack speed is so slow.
Yeah, so Weaver now level 4. Has gone for Skitter Step, not for the XP facet, I mind. So not getting quite the snowballing XP advantage, but doesn't seem to mind. Likes having the extra utility of the move speed from Shikuchi. Nox is really struggling mid lane. Only 3 last hits. AKR's
Getting
doing a
really
great job
bullied
keeping
out
him
of this
down.
lane. I feel like
AKR
Nox is
will-
also like so close to go down. Like once AKR gets his ult at level 6, he can kind of just dive the sniper.
They do find the Magnus in top lane just with a DOT from Ogre. But yeah,
It's a close game.
about to hit 6 on Viper. Nox is in supreme danger.
He does have a bottle. He does have his full bottle charger. He's got the water rune. He can heal up to quite a bit. Viper is level 6. Nox is also very close to level 6, but it's like the cast animation time on the ult is not something you can sit there and do. He looks like he's just got a TP out. Still loses a lot of XP.
Yeah, he doesn't like missing this wave that's going to push under his tower now. And they do find a double kill on top lane. This Magnus Weaver lane, deceptively threatening. Just the Magnus pulls you back in, the Weaver chases you down Shikuchi, the bugs are on you, you have to choose between staying in place and getting skewered back. It's, you don't think an Ogre and a Night Stalker would be very prone to feeding, especially with Night Stalker being nighttime. But they are
Sniper's
dying
retreated to
again
the
and again in
jungle.
this lane.
RP goes out. Glimpse is going in. They can kill the bear here. That's huge. It went from being a really bad lane for the dire off lane here to flipping it very quickly with this rotation in from the Magnus.
Yeah, so I see the lanes going this way after the first blood. 3 kills, especially going to Nox. It's just kind of quickly turning sour.
Rotation's
Like,
coming
just gonna
in.
pour it
They
in
do
to punish.
time lapse. Walks away for
Look at
free.
the
He
level
does have
advantage.
this. I mean, they don't
They don't
have
have the
reverse
lockdown.
polarity. They don't have reverse polarity. A-Carrot's coming in as well. They could very easily turn this on them. Law is not even level 6, so the multicast stun is not there. It's not relevant.
Looks like they will find the Ogre.
Stun goes out. Goes down for it. Night Stalker also pushing in a little on the lane.
Viper still has ulti up. Nobody can show, or they will die. Night Stalker also losing nighttime here shortly, so we'll have to really concede the lane. He does
Nox
not want to be in
is
this
such a
position. If you go Night Rain facet on Night Stalker, you really want to be strong and in head.
Rotation's coming in. A lot of damage coming out on this Viper here. They might be able to close out the kill. Wow. Oh my god. What a close. What a close from Wusong. Audie de la Puerta's looking for the pick. Gets stunned. Closes in. They're in the Roche pit. Roche is not there for free damage. Grim Reaper may go down for this. Ult goes out. Double kill for Nox. It is flipped back to the Radiant here.
Yeah, big missteps, just misreading that moment. A nice play from the Night Stalker despite being a little behind and losing the daytime. He knows he has ulti up. He's able to wait in the pit and ambush Viper with the help from Ogre and Lich nearby. And now that's a 1k net worth advantage. It's not a lot, but it is better than being behind.
The
Nox has to be
unfortunate
careful
thing
though,
is,
could be
though,
caught in the river.
Fuzzy Wuzzy gets caught out. Reverse polarity coming in. Burns through the ultimate. Ult goes out on Mad A. The bear goes down. Reverse polarity and Ravage going out to kill one. I feel like that's actually
doing a
not
nice
that
job.
problematic. This point of the game.
I mean-
It's still early.
Yeah, you want to use the Ravage for an enemy carry is totally worth it. They're doing a nice job baiting this Tidehunter. Ursa really wanted to stomp this lane and just hasn't been able to find it. Lich has been forced to rotate elsewhere, and Magnus has been coming and finding these kills on the Ursa.
I have been thinking like Dyer's off lane is not rotating into a lot of these fights, but from doing that, they're shutting down the Ursa from getting his farm. Like they're trusting Artie and they're trusting A Carrot to basically kind of hold their own in these games, and at the cost of doing so, they've completely shut down this Ursa's farm.
Yeah, and
going out on
meanwhile, their
Swift.
Weaver is having a pretty nice job. Pretty nice
Knocks on a
time.
mega kill streak now.
Not many last hits, but he does kill heroes.
Those are the only last hits that
kills.
matter.
That's right.
Gets another pick. Soya does get the silence out, but it's not. There's nothing there to follow up. The Magnus keeps kiting him to keep him away from the Weaver. 3 rotations coming in. The shrapnel goes out. Does find a little bit of damage, but Artie has the wand charge to kind of go back up to full, and he does have his ultimate, so he'd be able to get out of there anyway.
3 in position up top. 3v3 situation. Ursa is isolated in the lone bottom. They are pinging bottom. Haker wants to ulti him. He is going to be spotted out by that observer, so Ursa's going to retreat to the jungle.
Magnus coming in through the twin gates, setting up for the bear. They know the whole team is top. If they see the bear, he goes down.
Despite having a slightly rough couple of deaths in the lane, he does have Battle Fury.
Oh
Magnus
no,
is going to scout him taking
Ursa
this.
uses the ult to try and take this camp, pushing him back in. The ult goes out, down he goes.
A nice pick from Magnus. Mystial finding that RP skewer combo.
Blink Dagger on the Viper. Really good choice here by A-Carrot to really close in this gap.
Yeah, identifying he needs to get into the back line, find that sniper, ulti him, kill him. And in the meantime, happy to use it to get a kill on the Lich. Eats an ulti, only 1 bounce. Does not have to worry too much about that damage. 7k net worth, suddenly, I mean, it was just 1k net worth practically even a minute ago, it feels like. Nice rotation. This bottom lane has really been pulled apart. Nox is going to be farming his jungle pretty safely, but he has to concede as the Ursa, who is Battle Fury now and is tired of dying. So Ursa's going to be parked here with Battle Fury, catching up. Nox is going to be forced to be more active, pushing forwards on this lane. We do have smoked Magnus, who's going to get the skewer back.
Pick
with the blink
goes out,
timing.
gets the pick, down he goes. He takes out half of Grim Reaper's health. That's something you have to be concerned about. Like, the sniper has the damage, but if his team's not there, you know, it's kind of just over for him.
Viper Weaver pretty far ahead of net worth now. Weaver 1500 above the Ursa, the counterpart in the safe lane. Mystial with his blink is just a menace.
Gets the pick, gets the throw, and he's back, and he's down!
He's just going to keep kidnapping people. They don't really have an answer to this right now. They're going to need an instant stun or the silence from the Night Stalker to stop these kidnappings, but they're all the supports are really behind on their items. And now they're going to take away this triangle from the Ursa. He's not going to be able to have this efficient XP farm in this part of the map. He's going to have to retreat to that bottom sliver of the jungle we've talked about again and again tonight, the recovery. It really just seems being in the Radiant carry is really hard in this meta. You just always seem to lose and be in this comeback situation.
I mean, even with we're also talking about A-Carrot here. Like, he's very good at like taking advantage of a level lead, and it's like he played it safe in the early game, even when the sniper was a couple of levels ahead of him, and really was an aggressor in these fights. What a play by Grim, completely negating the effects of the sniper. Rotations are coming back in. Ult's going out on Matt A. The Gush is going in. Soyon's taking a lot of damage here. Can he potentially go down? 1, 2, could there be 3? 3 down. Virtu with a double kill.
Matt coming in with the perfect Ravage at the perfect moment, catching 3 behind this tier 2. And now suddenly they're going to be knocking on the high grounds. With
Well, they have a siege creep too.
so much advantage on their levels. They don't have a Ravage, but they still have Disruptor ulti and an RP once Magnus is back. Of course, Magnus does have to port and walk his way there first. Maddie taking heavy damage from the tower.
Satanic done on Weaver.
Wow, that is a quick timing. A really bold choice, too, to rush the Satanic like that.
I mean, they have a lot of bursts that you can't just ignore. So it's like, if you can't get away, just heal through it kind of mentality.
Yeah, I think that's sort of the reasoning, is it lets him pop Satanic while the Night Stalker's on top of him, and he just survives it. And then once Night Stalker's AoE silence is over, you just can't kill the Weaver at that point. He'll just run away with Shikuchi, He'll ulti to get back to full health if he really needs it.
I mean, the 25 strength
Nice.
also keeps him out of range of a lot of this just burst damage. It lets him tank 1 or 2 more Fury swipes from the Ursa. He doesn't really die to sniper ult at this point either. Like, instead of going the Lincoln Sphere.
With the Empower, damage is not really an issue. Normally this build would be kind of lacking for damage, but he doesn't really mind. He's got the Viper doing damage. He's got the Empower. Really counting on his team to fill in that gap.
That is a very
I like this build a lot.
unfortunate fortify there on Radiant. I feel like this is one of those things where you just let the tower go.
Yeah, now they won't have it to defend their high ground, which is sad, for sure.
I will say, look at these wards. Look at these wards. They know exactly where they can play right now. They have full vision of the exciting part of the map, right? The creep wave's pushed in so they can see them out here in the lane, and they can see them retreating and rotating in. They know they're coming.
They are getting the flank here with the Night Stalker ulti.
They
are going to find the Weaver.
Swift Retribution does get the reverse off, pulling Sniper back into the gang. Ultimate going out on the Night Stalker. He does not have the ability to move. Reverse polarity going out. He takes him down with him. The bear is up on the high ground, but I don't think he's scared.
Excellent play there from the Disruptor and the Magnus. I do like that they started the fight picking up the
Magnus
leader.
is the MVP. Magnus is the MVP of this game. These
Oh,
pulls,
most definitely. Yeah. Constantly finding the pickoffs, the key RP on who needs to be RP'd.
I will say
And without this fortify,
it is pleasant seeing A-Carrot not go to a 30-minute game, but I may be speaking too soon. Grim walks out just barely. The bear has some damage now. He has the Blink Dagger. He has the Basher. He can run people down. They can kill A-Carrot here. He doesn't have the mana. Glimpse! Oh, what a save by Disruptor. What a save. He's going to go down himself probably. No, he's going to be able to walk away.
a very nice disengage from A-Carrot's team there. Surprised everybody makes it out. It looks pretty scary there for a moment, but smart play from the Disruptor and Lotus Orb keeping him safe from the Night Stalker.
And that
Nice
chase
job.
is going to cost them a tier 2 tower top.
Yeah, now they're down to their last tier 3 for towers remaining, and then the tier 4s, of course, after that. Night Stalker does have his blink now. He's going to be able to chase and find this pick off of the Weaver a little more easily. Also disrupting the Magnus's blink RP with the blink AoE silence. Could be a factor in these fights.
Sniper's so
Weaver's
far
finished
behind on
BKB
farm.
as well. Does have a Mjolnir done and is looking for the Silver Edge. So committing kind of to this glass cannon build, which makes sense holding the high ground. He wants to sit back. Weaver has BKB, so is not scared of Night Stalker silence at the moment.
BKB
Ravage is
and
up. They could hunt
Satanic,
for a
too.
fight here. Yeah, he's quite difficult to burst.
I feel like they just take Roshan. They can potentially end. They don't have a Fortify on Radiant. Dust goes out,
Definitely.
but
They are
Artie's too
hunting-
quick. Swift goes in, back you go. A-Carrot
Meanwhile,
gets a
A-Carrot
pickup
finds the
on the
solo
wall
pickup.
in mid. These wards are paying for themselves. Gem of
And that's a
Gem
gem.
of True Sight on the
Yeah.
deck.
So the Vision
Goes
game's going
into
to
the
get even
Magnus.
worse. Even worse for the Radiant. I really do love Miss Heal's ward placement. Super aggressive, just keeping this map absolutely bottled up. You cannot leave the base. And I don't think the Radiant really know where any of these wards are. They've tried to deward this high ground spot, but this high-level support play knows not to ward there. I do like the placement of the Observer.
Jump,
It's very
ult,
interesting on
down
the low
he
ground here.
goes. Ult's coming out. Wusong instantly gone. The bear is running. He doesn't have his ult. He does have the ult. He has the ult. He has 20 charges on Blink. He's doing a lot of damage to Artie, but Artie just glimpses back. There's nothing they can do here. They're silenced. They're done.
And that's a full wipe. Just
That's
the
the
teamfight
exact
wombo
play.
combo. RP, Ravage, Static Storm. If it's not one thing, it's the other.
I think this is a very good
quick
draft.
dismantling. Yeah, this draft really came together. I was scared of this Night Stalker pick, but Weaver had such a strong start in the lane, and the GG is called.
I think the sniper
A-Carrot
pick was a little
looking.
lacking. They needed something. They needed something to really go toe to toe in the mid lane, and they just didn't have it.
Definitely, I don't think Sniper was really quite the pick here. Even in the hands of Nox, just doesn't stomp Viper, doesn't even win the lane.
Oh, the false GG is called. Mane's taking a lot of damage over here. He could potentially go down. He is down. They do have the bear trapped in the ring, dancing for their amusement. He could also go down for this. He gets the stun off. 8 carats out of mana. He's stunned. He's doing so much damage. He has the halberd up, but he's not using it. Is he going to be able to get away? One hit wonder. Down he goes. The false flag GG operation. Well, they still called it. What a match.
They got a little taste of revenge there. Kinda
Absolutely.
Cute. But ultimately, yes, well earned by A-Carrot and folks. This Magnus play is so strong as a support. I mean, 8-5 and 14 as a 5 position, took this blink timing and just used it to eviscerate the Radiant. Radiant has not been looking very good tonight. Have we seen every game that Dire has won?
I would have to double check. Actually, let me get your cam back up and running real quick. And then while I do that, if you want to bring up Mystiel.
Yeah, of course. Give me just a moment.
That should get your cam back up. There we go. You're back up and live.
Excellent. Well, Miss Seal, or should I say Grim Reaper? You were definitely the Grim Reaper for everybody on the Radiant team, kidnapping them with the skewer. How did you feel after that game? Is this your showcase hero, this Magnus we see you pick so often now?
I used to be the Rubik, but they keep banning my Rubik, so I switched to another hero. It's Magnus now.
Yeah, I gotta adjust to the sort of drafting meta and have those surprise heroes. People are surely gonna start banning Magnus against you now, though. Especially anytime they played against it, they know.
Yeah, it's already expected now. I'm surprised too. But so damn, it felt good for that skewer.
How do you play Magnus in the lane, especially with the Weaver? Can you be really aggressive, or is he a little more defensive at early levels?
It's an aggressive. If you have boots of speed first item, you can play aggressive. But if you play as a defensive support Magnus, you could just go for the shockwave. Because if you have the skewer, you can just skewer them to the tower.
Are you always going the shockwave talent on support mag?
Yeah, because it deals them double damage.
So A-Carrot, the whole A-Carrot stack seems pretty cohesive as far as everybody tending to win lanes, people knowing their roles really well. I mean, we saw you placing those wards all over the map. Like, everybody seems to know what they're doing. Do you think you're going to go all the way tonight? Do you think you're going to win this last one, go 4-0?
I believe so. I have A-Carrot as my captain. Yeah, I believe so.
So the mood on the team, is it pretty good? Have you gotten some words of encouragement from A-Carrot?
Not really. A-Carrot has been silent, bro.
Not even a quack?
Not even a quack. Not even an approving quack.
I mean, he quacked, but like once or twice. That was it.
Was it an approving quack or a dismissive quack?
It was more like a meme quack. We just quack every time someone dies.
Ah, okay. So I guess that's an approval quack.
It has to be, yeah. Or a mocking quack, even.
It could be. It could be.
Mystiel, do you have any advice for any 5 players who want to pick up Magnus? He's kind of a tricky hero to learn.
If you want to play Magus as a 5, you gotta know who you're playing against or who you're playing with. For me, I have the Weaver, so I gotta play aggressive since Weaver is a weak hero. And all the damage should be go to you instead of your support, just like what I did.
Are there any mechanical subtleties to the hero that people miss or that you don't really read in guides?
Usually don't do guides, but just know you just need to learn the positioning of it and make sure to know the warding.
What's more important, a skewer back or an RP?
For winning games, I think it's for the skewer because if you have someone, if you're up against going a strong enemy, you have to RP them, and you have to reposition yourself to skewer the other 4 guys away from the team fight. So it's gonna be you as a position 5 versus 4 enemies, versus your 4 other players versus 1 core, which is more important.
Got it. Well, thank you so much for the information. Galix, did you have any thoughts on the match?
Yes. Let me see here. I had one thought that I think every. Oh no, I don't have the sound button. I was going to hit the quack button, but I don't actually have it bound. Forgive me. that is an
Well,
A-Care exclusive.
Congrats to Midsteel for the MVP of that match. Another solid performance. I'm looking forward to our last match of the night.
Absolutely. I am as well. I feel like A-Carrot is our premier matchup over here that is going to be going into. Now, the question is, who is he going into? Because as it stands right now, depending on, what is it, Kettle? Or, what is it, BKB could potentially walk into this very easily into this matchup. Actually, I think it might be Kettle. I think it just might be Kettle that goes up against them. Like the juggernauts up tonight. We get to see the Bucket Bros go toe-to-toe against Mistiel and A-Carrot. That's what I'm assuming. It depends on like how the last little bit of pairings go through in the round, but I would be, I'd be more inclined to just see that matchup. Even if it doesn't matter.
Exciting.
Oh, once again, I want to thank our sponsors for this evening, Green Step Logistics as well as Wusong Gaming. If you guys haven't, check out their website. They're offering discounts if their products apply to you. Of course, they're offering a 10% discount off of codes or off of their orders for tonight. And just use the code DTX on your order. Flam, I wanted to thank you for being here as well and donating your time. We do appreciate you having you here.
Yeah, of course. As always, I'm totally chuffed to be here. It's
Absolutely.
always so exciting to cast these games, see this community that's been built up. I just cannot wait to see where it goes. I think these turbo matches are super exciting, and I think sharing them with the Dota community is something I'd love to see more of. So
that was one thing.
Tell your friends, guys, get them viewing, get them following, subscribing, liking on our YouTube channel, and let's see if we can't get this tournament even bigger. I'd love to see 10 teams in here someday. I think that would be sweet.
I don't think I could handle 10 teams, but I'm down for it. So
we're gonna have to find some other casters.
Absolutely. If you're interested in joining our caster team or any of the support teams, we would love to have you here. We're a very open community. If you want to learn about getting into casting, I got into it myself relatively recently on the Dota side, and Flam, I believe this is your first time casting a Dota events since we started doing this, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a learning experience for everybody involved, and I think the community is a way of kind of co-mentoring all each other, and everyone is improving here all the time. So if you want a piece of that, come join our community. Join the Discord channel on DTX. Information should be in the stream, I believe.
I believe it should be up after the video. Like, for some reason, whenever I post the links, it doesn't show until post game. But we are DTX or Discord/DTX. We have our own hyperlink, which is pretty cool. Thank you, Herc, for getting that set up. Once again, if you haven't, like and subscribe to the channel. We have a whole bunch more content coming in. And stick around afterwards. We'd love to have you in some of the matches of Overthrow. We try to do like some 5v5 v5s or some, even some really, really awesome 1v1s or like solo ones. It's really interesting going into a game and playing against 5 other immortals in a free-for-all match. It is a bloodbath.
Everybody just bans my pudge. I get
Everyone does. Or I pick it before you to deny it.
Okay. Then you just make me upset when you
Yes,
play it.
I know. My goal in those matchups is to not win, but to upset as many of you as I can.
That's okay.
We do have one final match coming up
I'll just
for
play
the evening
Pugna.
before those Overthrow games.
I'll just play Pugna and play as bad as I possibly can.
Don't you dare speak blasphemy in my cheeseburger church. So yes, we're waiting on the Kettle versus Dota Enjoyer standings from that game. So let me see here.
The close game right now. It's 5K net worth difference. And they just got Aegis on the Dire, so BKB Haters team. But up until this point, Bucket of Fish had been in the lead.
Is Bucket carrying with techies?
No, Bucket is playing Lich. They have Architect on Faceless Void. So Witch Doctor Faceless Void combo with Shakiro seems like a teamfight draft.
Kettle of Ketchup on his signature Jakiro too.
Yes.
Slark's taking a lot of damage here. BKB has to leap out. Tiger Eyes is just focusing these towers, but he might die for that. BKB is out. Witch Doctor Ultimate used a little bit early over here. Does close out on one of the racks. Chrono is out. It was out. Popped one of them. Chicken Fingers going out. Who can you kill in these fights? Does he have the lead? Does Archetype have lead? He does. He does. They're standing in the macro fire. BKB can go down. White Widow's doing so much damage. He's standing in the flames. Meanwhile, sorry, I guess Tiger Eyes didn't get the memo. He was still going for racks. Muy Bueno battling the beast over here, flying away, takes out half of BKB Hater's health, but they successfully defend without losing anyone.
Crazy hold, even with a little bit of misfortune, Lich blinking right into where the Chronosphere is dropped. Doesn't even get ulti off, but they're still able to hold. Macropyre does so much damage in that fight. Slark trying to fight in the midst of the fire and the flames. Almost 11,000 damage dealt by the Chikiro in that fight alone. That's insane. That's crazy. This Faceless Void looking really good. Even though he's not a huge hero in this meta so far, clearly the power of a Chronosphere in the late game remains undisputable. Now they're going to march down mid. Their last racks being threatened by Slark, who's waiting in the wings.
I don't know. Kettle's on defense. Kettle is on defense with an Octarine core. Oh, he's teleporting. He's going in. Slark is back. They're
going for the throw.
Chrono going out. He's going for the racks. Buyback on Grimstroke. Why isn't he hitting? Why isn't he hitting the tower? Another Macropyre going back out. Muy Bueno going for the throne. Goes down. Unreal does have his ult. He can Chrono here, but the stun goes out. It's going back. Do they have a stun? Do they have a stun for him? They have the silence and he gets gripped and he's going to go down for that. He does have buyback though. The whole Radiant has buyback. Oh, Bucket of Fish has it in 40 seconds. If they can hold here, they'll have a full 5v5 again.
BKB here able to bait that Chronosphere and survive, just barely getting off his Depth Shroud, surviving it without being able to be hit. So it does not get comboed down. A nice play from him. Incredible reaction timing to anticipate that, wait for the Chronosphere and get it off regardless. They are going to be down a Lich here. Bucket of Fish not able to buy back. Contribute a Chain Frost to this. And this will be Megas if they kill this. It's a GD Slark. They are going to purge it.
10 seconds.
Kiddo catch it being caught by the Slark.
Slark's going to get the tank down.
And
they do have Megas. 2 shots on the Zimbabwe champ. The Coconut's going out. It's doing a lot of damage. Here comes Faceless. He has the BKB. Bucket of Fish going in with the Chain Frost, doing so much damage. Mr. June can go down. Your Tiger Eyes is healing up so much. Yules is going out. Can they stop this push? Bucket of Fish is going to go down. Another Chain Frost is launching. It's doing a bunch of damage, but here goes the Cloud. They're going to close it. Fortify is going out. The Coconut, there's so much damage going out. Can Unreal stop it? He's got 2 seconds on his ultimate. They're doing so much, but the Tiny is going in the back line. The ultimate's going to go down and it takes it.
The Ancient has fallen.
Wow. What a nerve-wracking end to that game. They went for the throat, and they didn't quite seal it off. Another win for the Dire.
Very close.
It looked like some excellent combos coming out from Grimstroke in that game. Getting the Fatal Bonds. Sorry, not the Fatal Bonds. The Linked Souls off. I cannot remember the name of that ability. What is it? Hold on. Soulbind! Getting the Soulbind off and dual silences all around. So well done. And of course, Slark, 27 kills, BKB Hater. Definitely sticking to his fearsome reputation. And almost solo carrying the game, it looks like, in terms of damage.
So we do get to see the A-Carrot versus Nox.
Excellent. Excellent. The matchup I think we've been waiting for all night.
Hang on, wait a minute.
Wait, we just saw A-Carrot versus Nox, didn't we?
No, we saw BKB versus A-Carrot.
No, we just saw BKB playing another team. After the bracket was changed.
Oh, did they? No. Oh, no. Yeah,
so we haven't seen BKB versus A-Carrot yet.
That is unfortunate because that really just throws out the brackets. Because that throws BKB down a game. Because BKB, we saw BKB versus Kettle, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on.
Yes, yeah, so it's BKB Hater versus A-Carrot. They're both tied for first place right now, I believe.
Well, the problem is round three's pairing board had BKB versus A Carrot last game. Or did I just not refresh? Hang on. BKB versus A Carrot. Chemical, you have one job.
The first, there were bracket issues. The very first one posted for the third round that was bugged, and then they created another one. So, it should all be good now.
Because round three has BKB versus A Carrot, and Kettle versus Dota Enjoyer, and Nox versus Picky.
That's round 4.
That was round 3. Here, I'll share my screen with you. Let me see here. So,
Okay.
for round 3,
was that posted? What time is that posted at?
this is the live. This is the website that's controlling the pairings.
Chemical Zero, I think had to make a new one. I don't know. I assume the bracket posted at 7:08 for round 4 is correct, and I know that it's not a mirror match of round 3 because we just watched BKB versus Kettle of catch up.
Yeah, because round 3 shows Nox versus A Carrot on the screenshot, but we repaired. And they did not.
No, we repaired from A Carrot versus BKB
So
into
did
A Carrot versus Nox.
Hang on. Hang on. So why did this not update then?
A bug, I presume.
Maybe. Well, we know who our winners are for the rounds. So we know that what is it? It's going to be Nox versus A Carrot, right?
It's going to be BKB versus A Carrot.
Okay. Because they're both undefeated, I believe, or hang on.
Not undefeated, but I think they're both A Carrot's undefeated. BKB is 2-1
Let me see here.
potentially. No, BKB might be undefeated. They might both be 3-1.
Well, it's going to be BKB versus A Carrot anyway, because they're the highest ranked ones, so they're going to be playing it off anyway. Oh, sorry, I cut your audio because I was in the general chat, and it doesn't pull audio if I'm not in there. So,
No, no worries, it's fine.
Nox versus A Carrot 1. So it is BKB versus A Carrot.
Yep.
All right. Let me drop this in the general. Let's browse.
Whoops, I think I got kicked by accident.
No, that's not the right matchup. Give me 1 second. Or actually, Flam, can you drop down to the general chat and let them know, because I can't go down there, it'll pull the audio.
Sure.
Thank you. Let's take this time, if you haven't, like and subscribe to the channel, please. It really does help us out. Sorry for the confusion. Software got a little bit buggy. But we already know who has won their games, so we can correct it on our end. I have not received a message from our 69th subscriber So if you want to receive the free month of Dota Plus, please reach out to me before the end of this evening so I can verify and get you set up.
General, somebody just tried to join our party.
Well, we're not letting them.
I figured maybe that was your subscriber.
No, maybe. I don't know. But it looks like we're going to have the lobby up. From our professional lip readers in chat, what do you think Flam is saying? Because you guys can see his video feed, but you can't hear what they're saying. Let's get a bad lip reading going in chat.
I mean, you're still having nightmares about his Dragon Knight.
Oh my god. Dragon Knight's scary for us squishy intelligence heroes.
It sneaks up on you, stuns you, and you just
Blink,
die.
stun, smack. Blink, stun, smack, nullifier, and you're dead.
Well, it's no worse than playing against Kunkka. Oh
I
damn,
haven't
I
seen
hit a replay. I hit your whole health bar. Oh damn,
No.
you're trying to break me. I just vote you.
I'm going to take a brief break here real quick from the video feed. And stretch my legs for a second.
A-Carrot's
Welcome back,
team is
Ron.
requesting that I sub in because they lost their carry player.
Who is their carry player?
Or they lost. Oh no, Forbidden lost. Wait, why is Forbidden here?
That's what I was confused about.
It is
Hold
it
on.
is it is BKB Hater versus A-Carrot.
Yeah, Forbidden's not even playing right now.
Yeah. So like why can't
I was
Forbidden
confused
join?
by the carrot icons. Hold on.
The confusion is real.
Alright, I'm gonna go stretch my legs. Thank you for joining us this evening. Take this brief time to go stretch your legs. Because whoever is gonna be playing, it's gonna be a bloodbath, that's for sure.
Yoda and Joey are left, and Forbidden is standing in as captain, and they still need another stand-in. So they are requesting that I join. So I don't know what to do about that.
So you can sub in if you want, and I can take care of this casting match if you want. But General said he's stretching his legs, so he couldn't hear a word of what you're saying right now, Flam.
Okay.
So you might have to wait a couple minutes. So somebody dropped. What happened? Okay. General?
Yeah, I'm back.
So I just spoke to Flam and he said one of the players dropped and that's why Flam's stepping in to take their spot.
Which player dropped?
One of the immortals.
Which immortal dropped? Because I see a full. I see a full
I can't
slot.
think of the name off my head. You'd have to ask Flam and message or something. I don't remember the name off my head.
Is this for the BKB versus A Carrot game or the other one?
The other one.
I don't really care about that one.
Said he was gonna go cover for that. So he left.
All right, looks like we're going to be starting up with the substitutions that we were talking about. Apparently for the other match that's going on right now. So it's you and me, Tyler.
Yeah, let's get it rolling.
All right, Dyer.
Weaver's been banned. Alright. That's for Archelaputa, if I had to guess. Which jumper's been banned? Dragonite, your favorite character in general.
Wonderful. Get him out of here.
10 seconds.
I'm going to take a brief step away. If you can go through the draft for me.
I can do that. So we got Centaur being banned, another one of very good tank, very good initiator for Made. Kiro's been banned, a lot of crowd control, a lot of percent damage. Warlock's been banned. Shadow Shaman is our first pick of the day. And we have Magnus. So it's probably Grim Reaper Magnus again. Primal Beast has been banned. Flesh Rex been banned as well. A World Devour. A popular ban. Very strong mid. Very tough late game hero to deal with.
Dyer's turn to pick.
I am back. A lot of really strong bands coming out of the gate over here, but they're also letting the Magnus slip through again.
Yeah. Magnus is pretty disgusting as a hero, the things you can do with Magnus.
Well, I mean, Grim Reaper's proven that his Pause 5 Magnus is something that needs to be taken into consideration. Like, if you're not banning it, you need to be able to play around it.
Yep.
Radiant knows just who to pick here. That Disruptor.
And there's Disruptor again.
Radiant knows just who to pick here. That
Oh, my favorite.
There he is, the big man himself.
My favorite hero, Pudge.
I think we're going to be seeing a replay of last game with this Disruptor Magnus, though.
That's what it looks like.
10 seconds. Dyer's choice. Let's get the second.
Undying, also a really good pick here.
I feel like Undying's gonna be Tigerized.
Yes, but it's also still a lot of health to chew through between the Pudge and the Undying.
Yeah. So a lot of beef to get through.
It's what's for dinner.
Well, hey,
Through.
we're starting in 5 seconds.
The Slark
they
ban is
butcher.
also really good here because like they don't want to deal with someone who can slip away, right? They're drafting the same team. They're gonna get away with it.
That's what it looks like.
They
Although
did
can't
ban the Weaver. They banned the Weaver, so they need another slippery little burst damage. But the Slark is gone as well.
Seconds.
Yeah.
So like, who could supplement that as a carry right now? Who can get a lot of impact? Maybe an Earthshaker? An Earthshaker into this lineup?
Radiant's turn to pick.
Good.
The bear is back.
Here he comes again.
This is Grim Reaper 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yep.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. 4, 3.
Like, we've seen this comp work in the safe lane, though. Like, with the Magnus Disruptor. Like, it's something that can do a lot of damage very early on. And, like, can really control a lane.
Well, if you put it in consideration, Disruptor gets just wall and that Magnus can skewer you right on the turret.
Or they glimpse you. Like, if you ever overextend, you get glimpsed back into it, and then Magnus can set up for,
Skewer.
yeah.
Yeah, you can do that too.
So it's like you can never play aggressively into that lane. You always have to play passive, and even then, Magnus can put himself in a position to pull you out of position. Bane.
Bane.
Is this a Bane mid?
This
Oh
is
god,
looking a
please.
little familiar,
No,
so
that's probably 2+ is Bane.
I wonder who's playing Pudge.
10 seconds. Just long enough to regret every choice you've made. If
Probably Zimbabwe. We've seen Zimbabwe play a really nasty Pudge mid. I don't know if he's going to take the mid lane in this matchup, though. It could potentially just be a carry Pudge.
Oh, I hate it all.
What? Pudge is finally back in the meta and you hate them going into the aggressive style play?
I hate right-click Pudge. I think it's troll. If I wanted
is,
to
it
be right-click
is.
Pudge, I would just buy a Silver Edge and a friggin' armlet. And just not die.
Do you want to message Zimbabwe that build?
I could.
No,
Yeah,
don't do that.
maybe.
Don't do that. Ban on Ember Spirit and Puck, picking out these last picks on the mid bans over here. Necro also going out. They do not want percent damage. I feel like the bear is going to chew through them enough, though.
Yeah, if they picked Lifestealer, I would kind of laugh.
plenty of time to tell an announcer.
I mean, Lifestealer feels really good here.
5 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Ursa Lifestealer versus two tanks, are like, yeah, they're strong, but like Lifestealer and Ursa are both tank killers.
Plus, the built-in BKB keeps you away from Bane and Shadow Shaman long enough to be able to get up on top of them.
Yeah, you could also just jump inside the Tide or the Magnus and just initiate that way too. Like Lifesteer could jump inside the Tide.
Starting in 5 seconds, with or without.
Or
I mean,
jump
I
inside
also
the
feel
Magnus.
like Lifestealer is also a good pick for the Radiant here too, because it can chew through Tide, it can chew through Ursa. You know, you can jump inside the Ursa.
If you
with
want
Ags.
a really good way to kill Tide, just pick Viper.
No, Viper is banned.
Yeah, no. They don't want to get hit by breaks, but any hero that has a break will kill Tide Hunter pretty quick. Like even Hoodwink ulti pierces is considered a break.
Yeah, but like playing a Hoodwink into like Pudge and Bane, right? Like something that can like really punish like really squishy agility heroes. You know, it feels really bad like picking that to be in a position
I'm
this
saying
game.
I'm saying for like Bane's team.
Oh, okay,
They
okay.
counter the Tide. And they could stun the Magnus, they could stun the Disruptor and things like that. And like Hoodwink has just enough mobility to get away from Ursa.
Alright, Dyer's turn.
Drow Ranger. Very solid pick here. A well-timed gust into a Magnus Blink can save you.
Yep. And Drow has the new talent that they gave Drow. It removes the mana cost of your gust.
Dave Johnson here.
Ooh,
So your gust doesn't
Razor.
require mana.
Razor is also a very good pick here. You can siphon all their damage out of him.
Yeah.
This could be a very interesting game. I guess we'll just have to see.
Yep. It's Dota, anything could happen.
Absolutely. And everything happens for a reason.
Yep.
Very excited to see this matchup. You know, I am really favoring the Ursa, Team Ursa here in this Magnus. Like, Grim Reaper has shown like what he can do with just a little bit of support items, and they can very quickly overtake a game.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, I'm surprised they didn't pick Lifesteal for that team to go with the Ursa, but
Can I get some carrots in chat for a carrot? So, also, according to our poll, chat feels that BKB has the same chance of winning as John Cena. So, thank you all for voting. Absolutely. Well, let's get into this match, Tyler. We're very excited to see how this is going to turn out.
pretty terrifying. They both
Thank
teams
you all
have a lot.
for joining us this evening. We really appreciate you having you here.
Tide Hunter. The undying waits.
Another thing to keep in mind, in general, I just realized is the Shadow Shaman can actually break the Tide Hunter.
That's true. Hex breaks.
Yep.
But that what level is that talent? Level 15?
15.
So like the shaman has to get to level 15 though. Like, and with this lineup, you know, they have a lot of capabilities of just keeping them from getting that momentum.
Yeah.
Alright, get ready.
Rotation's coming in for the top rune over here. They're doing the same thing they did last game, which is setting up at the Roche pit. June is setting up behind these trees as well, but he doesn't know that he's walking into a trap. Grim Reaper could very easily push them up on this high ground and get 2 kills. They're going to go in. Matt A gets the pick over here. Here comes Grim, pushing him out. He is in too deep, and he's trying to sleep. Hook goes in, gets the zombie, thanks to the well-placed tombstone over here. Artie's taking a lot of damage. These zombies are doing so much over here. They could potentially drop him. He may be able to walk away. Matt A is going to die for this save. Grim Reaper looking for a hook pick. Why is he still there? That is a double kill. Oh, just barely misses it. Oh my goodness. Did Ursa die to a zombie?
Yes.
Oh no.
He did in fact die to the zombie apocalypse.
And it is Zimbabwe versus A-Carrot over here. This is going to be an interesting play over here. Healing up, sacrificing the first wave to A-Carrot in order to try and get some attrition or at least a little bit more value over here. He does go up to level 2 though, so. Take a look in top lane. We do have Grim Reaper and Artie in this lane trying to focus the Tiger Eyes. Tiger Eyes has so much gold from the start of this, almost has his mana boots completed. Oh, he's overextended back under the tower. Here it goes. He does have a lot of healing from the decay. He has Tombstone. He is going to throw it up. It's going to absorb some of this damage. It's going to slow, but it's not going to slow enough. 2+ can potentially save here. He does have the sleep. He's going to try and get the deny. He can potentially turn this on Grim Reaper. Grim's taking a lot of damage over here. The Undying is back up in 2 seconds, so can they rotate in? No, it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. A-Carrot's getting rotted. He's getting pushed up. Hook is up. He could potentially turn this fight very quickly, but that's not the person you want to hook, especially with Static Link.
Yeah, it's hard to do with Razor as a pudge. He does a lot of damage.
Dives going back into the top lane. 2+ is in a bad position, running low on health. He could be 1 slap away. He's going to dive the tower. He's going to one-shot. Down he goes. Grim Reaper pushing the Undying out of the way, keeping Ursa alive for another day. Bottom lane not really doing a whole lot, but I don't think they have to. They have A-Carrot in the mid lane and a super aggressive bear.
Yeah, all that Ultra has to do is just try not to get killed by their combos.
No, I was talking about the Dire. The Dire offlane is really just sitting kind of casual back here. They don't need to be aggressive. All they have to do is keep BKB Hater from like getting free kills, and then just let the Bear and the Razor do the rest of the work.
Yep.
Tiger Eyes getting some free stacks over here. It looks like he's going to try and max Decay first. Holy Grim Reaper out of here, but he could very easily push him into the Bear. 2+ looking for a pick over here. They're going for Tiger Eyes. Tombstone going up on the high ground. Can they sleep? The Bear goes night-night, but it purges by the zombies. Zombies are chasing. They could easily turn this on the Bear. Can he clear the Tombstone in time? He is, but he's taking so much damage. Just 1 tap away. Down he goes. They can potentially take Grim Reaper here, too. He's taking a bunch of damage. Here comes Pudge. Pudge is potentially going to go down. No! Holy moly, everybody's dead.
Yeah, everybody goes down. Pudge goes
Meanwhile,
down.
in bottom lane, holy moly, they're fighting too. He's diving into Matt A. He's under the tower. Swift Mission can glimpse him back. The Bear's coming. BKB could go down for this. He's taking tower shots. The Bear's looking for a slam. He found him. He found him. He's going to go down.
Down goes Drow Ranger.
6-5, 4 minutes in. Diving in as well. Matt A is also low health. They could potentially turn on here. The wand charges go up, gets him out of dead range. 2+ in Tiger Eyes. Tiger Eyes hits his 6 right now. He's taking a lot of strength from this guy. Back under the tower. Stomp and bonk. He ults. He takes a lot of strength. He's healing back up. He doesn't have enough to get another decay off. 2+ sends the Bear to sleep. Magnus eating the sleep. What a wild ride. Bear and Drow, top 2 net worth, followed by Bane in this position as well. Artie is not looking too well. It's not looking too hot. He's looking hot and dangerous, I might add. There's the Skewer coming out. Tombstone's going in as well. Grim Reaper's at a pretty low health. He's taking the shots, but the Tombstone immediately cancels it. Can they get another pulse off from Tiger Eyes? They can kill him. The zombies, he does escape from the zombies. He's just 1 tap away, 3 seconds. The Bear's coming in. Another one goes out. Tiger Eyes does not have the health to support this engagement. Artie has ult. He's taken some swipes. Grim Reaper could circle back in and very easily close this out with a Skewer. There's a Brain Zap. He doesn't have the mana to support another engagement. Bear is circling back out. Oh, what a hook by the Zimbabwe, grabbing him in. He's at a full 2 levels ahead of him. A-Carrot is not in a position to engage in this. He's going to potentially go down. He does have the speed. He is backing out. He's pinging. Where he doesn't have hook. He doesn't have hook. He's diving. He could potentially go down. Oh, what a feed! What a feed!
My favorite kind of game. I'm sure everybody's had those days where you're just so greedy and you're just like, I want to dive this 2-1, I want to dive this 2-2.
Artie de la Puerta taking another kill, going in on Tiger Eyes. Tiger Eyes has the decay up. He can potentially take a little bit of the strength out, but Ursa has Battle Fury. It's 6 minutes in, 7-9. Buzzy Wuzzy is there.
He's a scary bear.
He is. He really is. The way he's going right now, almost 8K net worth at 6 minutes in. That is not something you want to see against you. Bears rotating in. They're coming in for the bottom. Mr. June is in too deep. Matt A with the ult gets 2 of them. Bear is going for Drow. Gets the stomp. Gets the slam. Getting some stacks up. Does Drow have Gust? Drow does not have Gust level. He can't get away. He has the Yasha for the run speed, but all Bear has to do is jump and he's going to go down. Rotating in. It goes right back into the Bear.
Drow was not expecting the big bear. Oh, the big bear has Blink Dagger now. Now she's really not going to have fun. That is a Battle Fury and a Blink Dagger Ursa at 7 minutes. It's a scary bear.
With phase boots, Mr. Squidward. With phase boots.
Yep.
Tiger Eyes going out with the ult. Tombstone's going down. They have the picks potentially. There's 3. That's a triple hit. Tiger Eyes is healing a bunch, but he cannot escape the damage.
And 2+ will go down as well.
Mr. June's also going to get thrown back in here. The hook goes out for the rescue, but the bear does not care.
Pudge will go down.
Zimbabwe Citizen does get the ult. The Rot's doing a lot of damage, but there's not a lot you can do against 5.
Nope.
Oh, the Bane ult. They could potentially turn him down here. He's going to go down. 2+ gets bumped into Swift Retribution. Going for the kill here. Mate's got his shield block up, but he is enfeebled. They can't really absorb all this damage. He's going to go down for it.
Very true. Razor's got a diffusal blade.
Magnus TP'd out of there. He didn't want any part of that fight.
Nope. A-Carrot's going for an Orchid.
I mean, you kind of have to at this play.
Against Pudge, yeah.
Rotation's coming in top. They're looking for 3 over here. The bear goes in, grabs the Drow, goes to sleep. Sleep is not doing a whole lot here. The Drow 4-staffs out, trying to get some damage in. A-Carrot does get the static link. It's not doing any damage. He's a few pits away. Down he goes. 2+ is out of time. He's going to go down for it. One last bitch slap for the road.
We've got Ursa queuing up his Basher. We've got Magnus almost has his Zags.
Razor has finished the Orchid.
Tide that's got a Vlad. Disruptor's going for Lotus Orb.
Tiger Eyes getting pulled out while Shackle's going out. The silence is down. He can't really do anything. The hook goes out, doesn't hit anything. Ravage goes up, not a lot to follow up. Tombstone is going down. Here comes the Razor. Bear goes down. Drow is doing a bunch of damage, but is silenced and getting all the damage that Mate gets the anchor smash out. Drow hits like a wet paper bag. There's a reverse polarity, gets the stun on the Drow. Tiger Eyes is back up. Mr. June could also go down here. Gets the glimpse pip. Grim is pushing his team out. A-Carrot is just cleaning up the crowd. He is going for him. He has the Q. He can kill him. Down he goes. A-Carrot circling back in, but there's so many zombies going out. I don't know if he can do all this damage. Tiger Eyes is out of mana, though. This Diffusal Blade is paying for itself.
Very true. Use the Blade Razor. It's kind of very annoying to deal with. Razor's already really fast as it is, so if he gets like Disperser, it can be very difficult to outrun him.
So it's still a very close game, even only being down 10 kills right now. Well, 9 kills. Pudge still has a lot of flesh heap stack for this stage in the game.
He's also got Eternal Shroud now, so he's going to take less damage.
Looking for a pick on the Pudge here. Pudge is overextended with no team with him. The Magnus could very easily get a pick on him or the Drow back here.
Yep. Pudge just purchased the Zagan Scepter, so now he's got anti-healing and a bigger AoE on his Rot.
Pinging the bear, they can surround him over here.
Dyer's top tower just went right belly.
Well, they see him. Glimpse is coming out. The bear is there. He can very easily engage. He's got his ult. Tiger Eyes is going to go down. The ult goes out. What a catch! Tiger Eyes does end up going down to the Razor. Razor does not have his ultimate running. Now it's going out. They do have reverse polarity, I believe. No, they don't. It's 3 seconds down. Drow coming in for the cleanup. Does finally get the pick on that Razor. He's going on Swift Retribution as well. Can he get out of there? He glimpses him, but is it going to be enough? No, the hook is out for the close on the play there. Mad A is out of there. And just like that, we're back to a 1K gold difference.
Yep.
Dyer doesn't haul ass and help out that bottom tower. There's not going to be a tower left.
These guys came to play today. Still, top 2 net worth is on the Bear and on A-Carrot over here. Drow tailing very closely behind. Very respectable for Zimbabwe coming up into this game and putting up such a close fight. Grim Reaper looking for a pull over here. Could potentially pull him back under tower, but his team's not there to really secure a kill. Illusions are scouting out over here. It looks like they're trying to pick up some neutral items in. It's been 12 minutes into the game, and like a few of the people are still rocking tier 1s, if any item.
Very true. We have Tidehunter, who's working on a Shiva's guard. We have Mr. June that's trying to get his axe. We have Bane that's working on his shard. Ursus working almost has his basher done. Disruptor's building an orchid.
Yeah, more silences are good in this game.
Queuing up Mathis style. The Bloodthorn has been bought on the Razor.
Oh, Anchor goes out on the Illusion. Swift is looking for a pick over here. That's a very tanky Illusion.
It is, in fact, yes.
Got it. Dyer's bottom tower.
Smoke has been coming out on the
Drow solo top, and they know it. They're going in for the pick on the carry that's by themselves. Gets the skewer, gets the toss back in, gets the bear shredded, and down they go.
That is not a good place to be when you're a Drow, when there's that many people coming for you.
Bolt going out on the Pudge. They do have the silence for him. He can't really do anything. They're siphoning a lot of damage onto him. He's slowed. 2+ going back in. He gets the ult off on the bear, but the status resistance from the ult and the BKB does nothing. He's looking for the pick on the Bane here. He does not want to let him walk out of here in one piece. Tombstone is going out, doing a lot of damage. It's healing. The silence goes out. The reverse polarity. This could be down. Down they go.
That's it, full team wipe.
Triple kill for A-Carrot. What a play. 11K gold lead back in favor for the Dyer.
Never forget, Radiant's middle tower. Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rock.
Tier 2 goes down. 14 minutes in. Oh, this almost got him. Looks like they're going to go finally take some of those tier 1s that they've been watching the whole game.
Oh, down goes Magnus.
Oh, Magnus gets caught out, and A-Carrot could go down too. That is huge! They do still have Bear, and they do have Ravage up in 50 seconds. Reverse Polarity up in 45 as well. When they come up, they're going to be able to flip this fight, but it looks like they're going to probably try to take Roche. They're looking at it. BKB might get tossed. Nope. Very quickly taking this Roche.
My first experience with Roche, and he threw me to my death at the end of the team this winter.
As is tradition.
I was not happy about Roche's decision to do that.
You would guess, but he was a hell of a Don't look now, but Radiant's bottom tower-
Still a 7k gold lead and 10 kill or 9 or 11 kill gold lead or 9. No, 11? 11, I can't count.
Bottom is Cat-
Shapes is my thing, not numbers.
You can tell Dyer's middle tower is in trouble from the way it's being destroyed. As
11. You're correct.
Fortify going out on the tier 2, but I think the wards are just going to take it, especially with the Drow on the lineup. Versus looking for an engagement. They have reverse polarity. They have the Ravage. They could very easily turn this fight, but it looks like they take the tower down just in time. Very hard to push high ground here because the moment you do, the Magnus just pulls your whole team deep into the base.
bottom tower is getting obliterated.
Yeah, and then you gotta deal with the disruptor wall.
Oh, misses the skewer on Tiger Eyes. Ult's going out on Matt A. That's not the person you want to hit with. A lot of damage going out, a lot of damage being taken. A-Carrot is disarmed over here. He does not have the damage to be able to sustain that, so he's going to back out. Fuzzy Wuzzy's going to take down... Oh, he's not going to take down Tiger Eyes. They're trying to look for a pick here. Just a couple more swipes. A just goes down. Chickens popped on there. 2+ is sitting in a nighttime dreamscape over here while the bear is just shredding down this Drow. Gets the push out, dies, and goes down.
Scanning for enemies.
Magnus looking for the pick over here. He's going night-night. Nap time. 13k gold lead back in favor of the Dyer over here. 50 seconds down on the Drow. They might be able to take a tier 3. They're only missing the Magnet, or they're only missing the Tidehunter, and I believe they still have a lot of abilities up right now. Fortify is going out.
Radiant's middle tower is about to be a pile of smoking rocks.
Magnus trying to go in for another skewer pick. A tasty treat for this bear to eat. Drow coming up in 13 seconds does bubble to prevent the sleep. He does not want to get sent to nap time. Flashbacks to elementary school when he's misbehaving.
And he's
Looks
gonna
like they
send
might
you to
actually
the
go try
Shadow
to
Realm.
take this tier 1.
He's gonna send you to the Shadow Realm.
My grandfather's deck has no pathetic cards, Kaiba.
Exactly. That was exactly what I was quoting.
It does have the unstoppable power of A-Carrot, though.
I guess you would consider A-Carrot Exodia.
In this matchup, I feel like it's this Magnus, dude. Oh, they are deep. They are 5 deep. They could very easily close this gap. Arrows are being drawn out by purple. Zimbabwe champ is looking for the pick. It looks like they're both going to go through the twin gate and just get out of position for them to be able to really capitalize on this. Looks like it's a rumble in the jungle top.
Looks like it. Everybody's just kind of scavenging, looking for what they can get.
Looks like Radiant is going to try and take the Tormentor here. Can they take it?
I hate fighting the Tormentors, but the good thing is, They heal you when they die.
That is true.
Radiant's top tower has bit the big biscuit.
Ooh, rotations coming in from a courier? Huh?
Doesn't look like they want to take it anymore.
Radiant's scanning for enemies. Or maybe for friends. They look unpopular.
I thought they were gonna go for it, but it doesn't look like they're interested.
Rotations coming in for the top lane over here. They may try to fight. Hook goes out. Blink.
Immediate hook, blink.
Glimpse going back.
Mr. June's going back where he started.
Tiger Eyes is up. He is using the... He did use his Lotus a little early there. Tombstone is down, so they can very easily defend this fight if they want to... If Dire wants to try to push. Looks like they are not. Ursa with the double damage. That is the last person you want to see with that. And in power. Ouch. 400 plus damage.
Combined with a Battle Fury? Ouch.
Boom, boom. 2 shots the wave. They could very easily take this tower right now. He has BKB, he has Enrage, he has the double damage up right now. They really can't contest the bear.
Oh,
Gets the pick on Mr. June. Gone to... What a save! But the bear doesn't care! Ult's coming out. BKB and the status resistance. That Battle Fury is earning its paycheck. Taking down on the Bane. Bane's gonna go down too! I don't even think Drow can solo defend this.
I don't think she can either. She goes too close, she's just gonna get skewered.
They're down for a full minute. They could just end. Looks like they're gonna try to.
8 Carrot School wants to.
Yeah, they're not gonna give them the chance for the fortify here. They're gonna close out the game. Drow can't do anything. What a game! 20 to 38 at 22 minutes and takes the Drow as a tasty treat for the last part of the game here. Down she goes. GG.
GG.
A carrot for the win.
Yep.
What a match. What a match.
That was
Congratulations, Team A Carrot. Congratulations to all the wonderful plays. Thank you all for joining us this evening. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the Discord server. Have a wonderful evening.